What is up, crew? It's your boy Kaycem, and today we're going to be back doing another exercise out here, and we're going to be focusing on doing some character expressions. Now, today I want to focus on a couple things. I want to focus on talking about the different face groups and how changing the expression will also change how those face groups will move around. We'll talk a little bit about how to exaggerate the expression, and last but not least, we'll talk a little bit also about how to draw heads from different angles, because I'm sure some of you guys might have had some difficulty in the past drawing characters looking down, looking up, and all of that. So today's stream, we're going to be going over all of those things. It'll be pretty fun, and if you haven't yet followed or subscribed to my channel, feel free to do that right now, and let's get started. Thanks for coming in today, guys. We've got another video out here, a little something, but let's go ahead. I want to show you guys before we jump in. This is actually this is what I worked on yesterday, and obviously I cleaned it up and all of that stuff, so it's a little bit more cleaner than yesterday. But I actually did change a lot of what I did. So you guys ever do this where you post something on social media like Instagram or Twitter, and literally the moment you post something, you look at it and you're like, oh my gosh, there's so many things that are off. You guys ever do that? Put an F in the chat if you've ever done that. You post something and you're like, wait a minute, there's a mistake here, there's a mistake there. Yo, Gamehead, thank you so much for almost 2 years, 20 months out here. Sheesh. Also, thank you for the follow. Easy the bat. But yeah, put an F in the chat if you've ever done that, guys. You posted something on social media, and like the moment you post it, you start seeing all the mistakes, and you're kind of like, oh shoot, but it's too late because you can't undo the post. But I did change a lot here. I'll show you guys. Let me see if I actually have the original. Or here's what we'll do. Go to Instagram. Go to Instagram with me, and I want you guys to type a comment on this one, because right now this post has like no comments. I don't know what's going on. It's got a lot of likes though, which is great, but not a lot of comments. So here's what we posted on Instagram yesterday, and you guys can kind of subtly see some of the differences. Maybe not. We can play a little game here of spot the differences. But some of the main things I changed here was this collar. I fixed up the collar here because I realized this just doesn't make sense as a collar. I also cleaned up some of the mouth area. I fixed up the zipper a little bit more on both sides here. Just a few small things, so not like big things. But I want you to type in the chat, type in this comment here, type in like something like nice expression. Can you draw him? Can you draw him with a blank face? So whatever expression you want. So can you draw him with a happy face? Can you draw him with a sad face? Can you draw him with a I'm depressed face? I don't know, anything. Just put a comment on there, guys. You know, I want to see a few little comments on this post, and depending on what I see, I might do an expression of that, and maybe we'll even make an Instagram reel or something where I take your comments and then I draw him. I don't know. I'm trying to think of something here. But leave a comment on here. You know, put a little something on there, just to make it look like we got some bot activity on this post. But going back here, this is going to be this is the final one that I decided to leave it at. Give me a sec. Also, how's it going, Bobbers? Welcome in. Also, B, how's it going, B? Yeah, there you go. That's the bot activity right there. DM it on bot art account 42069 2.4 mil. Sheesh. The work of artist people you follow. Yeah, it's weird. Sometimes Instagram does that. But what we're going to be working on today is actually going to be another expression. And I kind of did a loose sketch already. So I did one here where he's kind of tilting his head down a little bit, right? We've got here, he's kind of got an angry expression. It's not super angry. It's more just kind of like he's maybe frustrated and he's kind of verbalizing something of that nature. For this expression here today, I want to go maybe give him more of like kind of a more happy I know he doesn't smile a lot, and he probably won't smile for a while in the series, but I want to give him one where he's kind of maybe just smiling. Maybe he heard a funny joke from Ellie or something like that. And so I used this one as a reference just to kind of give me a base start. And then I started drawing here with a little bit more of a tilted angle. So we're going to talk a little bit about kind of how to draw angles, like how to draw characters tilting upwards like this. And maybe even doing the smiling expression. It's pretty hard to do. I'm not gonna lie. It's probably one of the harder expressions to tackle, but I think it's a good one to practice and try to get down. So let me go ahead and show you guys the rough sketch that I did this morning. So this is the rough sketch. Usually what I do from these rough sketches is I'll go back in and just keep cleaning it up until it becomes some form of line art that I like. So something kind of like this. I'll show you guys the before of this one that had just the line art. So this is just the line art of this piece that we did yesterday on stream. So I try to, you know, make this to be I go from this to this, and that's kind of like the final look that I usually go for. And then I slap on colors and all of that, and then you can kind of see how I tweaked it up a little bit there. Kind of saturated it, put it over maybe like a warm tone color. So anyways, let's go ahead and talk about this one and kind of how to tackle faces from this angle, because I think this is, again, a very tricky angle. And hey, welcome into the Kaycem crew, Crispy M, and everybody else who's coming on here. Yeah, if I missed your messages and stuff, welcome into the Kaycem crew. Again, guys, how's everybody feeling? I don't know. Are people feeling good about 2023 so far? Are people like, yo, this year sucks? What's the vibe? But all right, let's go ahead and let's work on this one. This is going to be a tough one. So I'm going to lower the opacity here because I already have the rough sketch in mind, and I kind of want to just clean it up a little bit more off of that rough sketch. So we're going to go ahead and start working on things. And I kind of want to start off with a general structure of the head first. So I want to do it from the beginning with you guys. So let's go ahead and kind of establish the structure here of the head. So I'm going to kind of work a little bit backwards almost the way that we're going to be doing this, because I've already drawn the rough sketch here, but I think it's still good to kind of go over and visualize. And I think it'll actually help us with establishing the hair and all of that stuff as well too, right? I love the hair. Oh yeah, I think that's one of the things I enjoyed drawing about for him, was really establishing kind of a neat hairstyle, but it's also like a little messy, because you can imagine, you know, he's got a little bit of grunge there. He's been out in the wilds for this post-apocalyptic lifetime. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to establish kind of this rough shape here for the head. Now you could imagine, if for those of you who maybe are still kind of figuring out how the head works, I usually try to imagine either a sphere, kind of like this, or a box, and then we're going to figure out the planes that are in there. Now for this one, I've already drawn out the head prior, so I'm just going to kind of go in here, shape up the structure a little bit more there, and we're going to kind of find here, let me actually find first that center line. Okay, so this is where that center line is going to be of the head, kind of like that. Finding where we want that chin to be, and we're going to kind of bring it here, and we're going to lay out the jaw like that. Okay, and then we're going to kind of do the same thing here, bring that back there. So this will be kind of the general structure of my head moving forward before we go in and actually add all the details. Let's see here. Like getting used to the pencil and how the strokes are. For me, it's like really hard to get used to drawing digital. I would say if you're having a hard time drawing digitally, one, it'll just take some practice and getting used to, but I think the other thing too that could help is having brushes that might actually maybe feel similar to a traditional feel. So if you guys ever want to download my brush pack, which is free, by the way, you can actually see that I made them with the intention of them being kind of like a traditional feel and stuff. But yeah, so let me go ahead here and let's go ahead now and lay the eyes here. So you can kind of see I've already drawn out the eyes, which is great. Saves me a lot of time, but I'm going to kind of go in and just kind of, again, map out where I want the forms to be. And this will help me establish a little bit of that perspective of where I want, for example, the brows to land. So I want the brows to be here. I'm going to go wrap this around there. And then imagine if you had a sphere, and if you were cutting those spheres out on the sides right here, how would that look like, right? So here, for example, we would imagine we would cut out this head. this little sphere right there. And so we have this kind of volume here, and this volume is going to help us kind of visualize that side plane of the head, just a tad bit there. Okay. Hopefully I haven't lost you guys yet. But when I'm drawing a head, I don't usually, I don't do it like this, because this I would say is it's a pretty tedious process. But if you're first learning and stuff, and you're really trying to get a grasp of the three-dimensional forms, I would actually say this is a really good way to practice drawing the head, to just get yourself into the mindset that the head is three-dimensional, that has different planes and all of that stuff. When I usually draw, and I wonder if I have a time lapse here. Let me see if I have a quick time lapse. Actually, I did it this morning. So when I usually draw, it's a lot more simpler, right? So I usually just have a few shapes. I'll lay down some of the eyes and stuff, and then I'll kind of go in here and start adding in some of the details. And so you'll see here, I went through a couple iterations here, but I felt like this version of the face was looking too much like Sigma male Giga Chad face. And so I was like, okay, I don't really like that. So let me kind of tweak a few things. His expression here was a little too sinister, so I kind of moved that a little bit. So, you know, just having fun here and changing up the face, and that's kind of part of the process. And I kind of landed on this one, but we might even change this face too. But anyways, let's kind of go back in here, and let's kind of lay out some of the general guidelines that I'm going to be looking for, right? So we have here the eyes, we have here the line for the brows, and then we're going to go down about halfway from the brows to the chin, and that should be roughly where we want our nose to be. So I'm going to kind of move that nose a little bit down. So it looks like the nose that I drew. Oh, you know why? I know why. Okay. This is why. See, it's because I had him with an open mouth. So I had him with an open mouth. And so because it was an open mouth, I actually have to move the jaw down. So this is why, again, this is going to be a very tricky expression, because if we were to just draw him regularly, his jaw would actually land like right here. And his chin would kind of go a little bit more further out like this. But because of him opening his mouth, it's actually going to lower that jaw down a bit there. And so thus that opening between the nose and the chin is going to be a little bit wider. So that's kind of why you're seeing that. But again, if he didn't have his mouth open, the jaw would actually be about the same distance from here to here. So just keep that in mind. But I'm just laying again some of the groundwork there, some of the foundation. And then last but not least, placing in here where I want that hairline to be. So we have here the general structure of the face. And I don't know, how many of you guys in the chat, put an F in the chat if you've ever struggled with drawing a character kind of like looking up, and you have to like figure out what's going on with the neck. I just want to see if there's a lot of you guys, because if there's not a lot of you guys, I'm not going to go over how to do it. We're just going to draw it. You know what I'm saying? But if you guys are telling me like, yeah, it's a little difficult, I kind of want to know how to break it down a little bit. Then we can talk about how I approach drawing the neck and stuff. Also, thank you for the follows, Soldier GW, Cactus Burger, Crispy M, and everybody else who's coming in here. Welcome into the Kaycem crew. My name is Kaycem. I am a Filipino art streamer here on Twitch, and I teach everything from anatomy, gesture, perspective, character design, and all of that. And I also work full-time for the studio that made Castlevania. Currently, right now, I'm actually prepping to work as a character designer for productions like Castlevania, Legend of Korra, and Invincible. So if you guys are interested in some free education, you guys like dogs that sleep all day, leave a follow, join in if you haven't yet, and yeah, welcome into the Kaycem crew. Okay, so we got a few F's out here. Just put a beard on it. If only art was that easy, where everything can be solved by just hiding it. You know what I'm saying? But no, unfortunately, you can't hide everything. So let's talk a little bit about that. So here's how I approach drawing next. And before we even get into drawing the head and all that stuff. So the way that I like to draw the neck here is I always imagine, so here's the ear. So maybe let's draw the ear first, because I think the ear is actually really important. So we're going to go ahead and draw the ear first. And then from there, we're going to go ahead and let's kind of lay down where I want that ear to land. So for the ear, I'm just going to go for, you know, kind of a general measurement from the top of the top of the brows right here to where the base of the nose is, and that's pretty solid for me. And then from there, we're gonna go in here and kind of find where we want that, where the end of the jaw, or the end of the jaw here is, and where that ear is. We're gonna lay down this kind of line across, and these lines right here are actually going to be called the sternocleidomastoid. So it's a muscle that originates from the back of the skull here, right behind the ear, and wraps around towards the collarbone. Now, this is a great muscle to know because it actually helps you figure out how that neck, the jaw and the neck kind of connects here with the front part. But from here, we're going to go ahead and we're going to add that lower portion of the jaw right here, and pay attention to the subtle overlaps, because I think overlaps are going to be very important for figuring out what's going on with the portion right here. So let's just say we're going to put the jaw right there. And again, the reason why, because this is kind of, imagine skin. So skin connecting from each side and kind of creating a taper right here from each side of that jaw. Now, depending on whether or not you have a male character or a female character, or a character that just has a pretty prominent Adam's apple or trachea, you might also see something like this, which is going to be that trachea right here. And that's going to kind of just sit in between those two muscle groups that we talked about. So there you go. And that's about it. That's kind of how I draw that neck area right there. Pretty straightforward once you kind of get the hang of it. I would say you just, practice it a few times and you'll be good to go, right? What do you mean I can't hide everything? You know what I mean, Curious Chicana. Guys, put an F in the chat if you've ever tried to hide, try to hide hands in your character's pockets. You put it behind the character's back. You ever try to hide the eyes or something? Or maybe you you draw your characters in baggy hoodie clothing because you don't know how the anatomy works. Put an F in the chat. Come on, man. Don't play games with me. I know who you guys are. I was you, okay? I was you before I realized I can't hide. Not on my streams. Go on anybody else's streams, man. Go to Bob Ross's stream. Go to Ergo Josh. I don't know who's live right now. Go to Tofu Senshi stream. Go over there. You could hide your hands over there. Okay. Go to Ross Draws and hide your hands. My streams? No, we don't hide. We don't hide anything out here. We're showing it all. And thank you for the follow, Cod Fishy. Welcome in. Side profile artist because you can't draw that second eye. Well, yeah, when you only draw your characters looking left or right because you don't want to draw the other eye. Come on, damn, that's a call out for real. All right, so now that we have a general structure for the face, what I like to do here is I like to start thinking about this side plane a little bit more. So let's kind of break down the complexity here. So interestingly enough, the eye usually will kind of go down a little bit like that. And then from here, I like to kind of find this rhythm right here of where that jaw is going to kind of meet and kind of curve down towards the chin. So again, I'm just using these things to establish a general structure that we're working out with. So going ahead now, we kind of have here a cool kind of layout for our character. Here we're going to have kind of a second curvature going this way. And that's just going to kind of find that rhythm of the eye socket there of the skull. If you guys have never practiced drawing skulls, I actually highly recommend it. I love drawing skulls. It becomes very valuable. Surprisingly enough, knowing how the skull works can become very valuable. But yeah, so I'm just generally placing in here little components, right? So now let's kind of go in and break out the actual structure of this character. This is where I'm going to go in and really establish the character that we sketched out earlier here. This is kind of my approach of how I go in and I'm like, okay, cool. Think of it as like clay almost, like I'm slapping some clay and mass onto this character. So I'm going to say, you know what? I'm going to go in here. I'm going to add a little bit more on the protrusion there of the forehead, right? I'm going to go in here and make sure I'm defining the cheekbone on this side as well. Maybe bringing a little bit of a taper there like that. And you can start to see all of a sudden we're going from that simple mannequin shape that we had earlier to now actually establishing a little bit of structure for the character that we're drawing. You see what I'm saying? And hey, welcome in everybody. How's it going? And hey, Sessa, thank you for the follow. Codfishy and everybody else that came in. For those of you guys who did follow me today, found me today, What brought you into the stream today? Was it something on like the thumbnail that you saw, or was it the, I don't know, I was just chilling on the front page and you were like, yeah, I guess. Was it my name? You were like, Kaycem. I know Kaycem. I heard of Kaycem before. Gruen, hey, welcome in. So let's go in here now and let's kind of lay out the components, right? So now we're going to have here, okay, cool. Let's put the brows in, right? Nice and thick brows right here. Let's go put a little bit of a line right here for that nose bridge. A little bit of a denotion there for the nose bridge. We'll kind of go on the other side right here, kind of parallel match the nose bridge. We'll see how that one goes. And then let's also kind of go in here and add in the other side of that eyebrow as well too. So again, this is not necessarily how I approach drawing faces whenever I'm doing it personally or professionally. But I would say for those of you who maybe are getting into drawing faces and stuff, and you really want to level up your skills and really kind of practice some of the 3D forms, this is going to be a great way to do that. Other than maybe learning Blender. Like if you really want to learn 3D forms, like a different way, you can probably just learn Blender and see how that works. But I'm sure some of you guys are out here like, bro, I can barely draw 2D. Now you're telling me to work on 3D. So if that's not what you want to do, start practicing, start visualizing these forms. And these are the type of exercises that you can do to be able to visualize those forms, right? All right, so now we have here the structure. Let's kind of keep going on here. And also, hey, Rat Lord, how's it going? Let me give you a shout out. How's my favorite rat doing? Joel from yesterday looks good. Thank you. Yeah, we cleaned him up a bit, didn't we? Joel from yesterday looks pretty nice, actually. That's one of my favorite drawings of the new year. Actually, my first drawing of the new year. We're gonna be drawing more Joel, so we're gonna be drawing 4 faces of Joel, and then I'll probably post them again and all that stuff. Shadow Wolf, welcome back in as well. And Amhal, go grab some of that tea. Tic Tac Tay, welcome in. Glad to have you on here. Looks so cool. Thank you. Appreciate that, Sessa. You guys are so nice today. To learn heads, I recommend people try sculpting one. Yeah, I think again, sculpting, like finding something that lets you visualize the 3D form of a head. Because look, let's be real here. When I was first learning art growing up, one of the things that I did was I used to borrow this How to Draw Manga book by Christopher Hart. You know what I'm talking about? And the way that they taught you how to draw manga or how to draw faces was that everything was flat. Everything was like, here's a flat circle like this. Here is a flat triangle like this. Right? Everything was flat. And the problem with learning how to draw everything as flat is when you actually start to draw characters in different angles, looking up, looking down, looking sideways, all of a sudden it starts to not make sense anymore. And then you have to start thinking, okay, well, how do I draw the flat version of this? Right? When instead, it's a lot easier just to start thinking about it 3-dimensionally. Think of it as a sphere, think of it as a plane, you know, those kind of things. And I think it'll be better for you in the long run. What's my brush? Yeah, so all of my brushes are actually available on Gumroad. You guys can check them out there. I'm using the line art brush right now. It's my go-to brush for my personal work. It's pretty solid. So here, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start establishing again the nose and just kind of getting some of the general structure of the face in before I start getting into the eyes. Now, the reason why I do that, by the way, is because watch this. Here's a cool little technique that I like to use whenever I'm drawing faces, especially ones that are this close. Found out crunch time is extending to the rest of the month and then some. Oh, that's rough. Crunch time, baby. You got this. Sculpting is the best. I think sculpting is great. I even took some sculpting when I was in high school. It's hard. I took like physical sculpting, like with clay, you know, not like 3D sculpting. Though I think 3D sculpting could be fun as well. I'm sure I actually would really enjoy sculpting in 3D. I just don't have the time right now to learn any new skills. Unfortunately, I'm getting old. Can't teach an old dog new tricks. You know what I'm saying, guys? I'm turning 70 next year. Sheesh. Okay, but let's talk a little bit about why I like to establish the brows and the nose first. One of the great things you could do is actually, hold on, there's an ad break about to happen right now. So guys, I do run ads on my stream every hour. One's going to be running right about now. So if you do get an ad, thank you again for sticking around for the ad break. They help keep my streams monetarily viable and allow me to do what I'm doing out here on Twitch. So if you get an ad, thank you again. If you don't want to see any ads, consider subscribing or using a Prime sub. But either way, happy to see you after the ad break. Yesterday you said you'll give tips on how to be consistent with features when drawing a character multiple times. Can you please touch on that today? Yes, we're gonna do that. We're gonna definitely do that, but right now I want to lay out some of the structure first. But we're gonna talk about how to kind of get your characters to look a little bit more on model, which is what people call it in the industry. When you say something is on model, meaning like here's the character model, maybe you have a 3D turnaround or you have a physical model of a character, and then when someone says draw it on model, it just means drawing the character the way that the model looks like. So before we jump into that, I want to get into the general components first, and then from those general structures and proportions and stuff, then I'll talk to you guys about how I took something like him, this face that we drew yesterday, and then how do you, like, you know, do it from a different angle? How do you figure out some of the shapes and the details that make this character look like the character here on the left, right? But we're not there yet. Baby steps. And hey, thank you for the follows. There's so many follows today. Are you guys bots? Paish96 TV, Kuro Raven, Black Raven. Okay, y'all. Okay, tell me this ain't sus. 2 ravens following me back to back? What do you guys think? Bots? Are these bots? 2 ravens back to back? They're like, no, please. Yeah. One more raven. It's a murder out here. I'm a little suspicious, but you know what? It's cool. If you guys are bots, welcome into the Kaycem crew. Either way, I always welcome everybody who's coming out here. Also, let me know if the ads did the ads already run, guys? I might have missed it. Hold on. I think my ad, the thing that tells me when the ads are running, it's not really working right now. What's going on? Hold up. Did anybody get any ads or no? Maybe the ads are not working today, which I mean, that could be fine too. I think it's bugging. That's fine. Okay, whatever. That's fine. Is Kaycem the CEO of Skillshare yet? I'm not. Nor do I want to be. I'm good being the streamer for the Kaycem crew and being an artist. That's completely fine with me. Though I don't know. I mean, if at some point in the future it makes sense for me to, you know, to do like to make a website or something, maybe I will. No ads, that's okay. If there's no ads running, that's not my fault. That's not your guys' problem. That's on Twitch. So that's just what it is. Kaycem in chat, I love this channel and I'm a novice at drawing. I'm really learning a lot by watching. Thank you, Prebis. Appreciate the support and appreciate everybody coming in here. You guys are incredible today. I was gonna say something and then I totally forgot. Oh right, the technique. Oh, you just got an ad? Okay, I'll wait. I was about to reveal the secret technique, but I guess I'll wait a little. Oh, Molly, thank you. Thank you so much for that, gifted. Congratulations. All right, I'm gonna wait a little bit for the ads to run. In the meantime, I'm gonna clean up other areas here. I'm gonna just clean up the ear and stuff because who cares about ears? I do, actually. I really like ears. I think drawing ears can make any character design just pop off. I think Ergo Josh told me about that one time. He was saying how he was chatting with, I think it was either Fuwa or somebody. He was chatting with some other artist, and they were talking about how ears can really make a character jump. You know, people always focus on the eyes and stuff. Imagine having a highly rendered eye, but then your ear looks like the letter C. Come on, man, you can't be doing that. You got to do a little bit more with the ears. When you spend 10 hours on the eyes, but 2 minutes on the ears. What? My ego is growing more. More compliments, please. But I like the letter C. Yeah, I know. I'm just trolling, all right? Some of you guys do. Yo, Jay, did you add a C to your name? Are you J Exec now? Are you gonna add like a letter U next year? You're gonna be J Execu, J Executive. Welcome in, everybody. Dead Amigo, Temi Hoy, and everyone is coming here. Don't be hating on C's. That's a beautiful language. True. C, I actually really enjoyed C. The language, the coding language. All right, are you guys back from the ad break or what? Because I've been waiting out here. I don't know. I'm not too sure. The ads are being super weird today. I think they were supposed to run like way earlier. And for some reason they just decided to run now. You guys are back? Okay, cool. If you didn't get an ad, you're okay. Don't even stress. This is just if you did get an ad while there was one running. Okay, cool. So with that being said, let's talk a little bit about a few techniques here that I've actually made up that I think could be helpful to you guys. All right, I'm gonna pause the music. Here we go. Guys, I want you to listen. Where's my dog? Guys, I want you to listen because this is actually a very secret technique. All right, the technique I'm about to reveal to you guys is a technique that is so dangerous that the multi-billion-dollar art school industry literally has me on their most wanted list, because once you see this technique, you're going to realize that maybe you don't need to pay for art school anymore. Maybe the $1,000 online art class that's teaching you how to draw faces might not actually be worth $1,000. You get what I'm saying? So here we go. Also, my camera's tilted downward there. Here we go. Ready? No, this, if you know this Illuminati technique, you know this technique. Okay. The technique I'm about to show you guys is called the Illuminati triangle technique. It's a simple technique. All you got to do is take both your hands, put a little triangle on your face, and you'll realize that when you put this triangle on your face, there's going to be a couple things that line up. The brows, the end of the eyes, and the end of the nose are all going to line up together to form a triangle shape. Now you might be wondering, Kaycem, why is this relevant, man? Why are we talking about triangles in this day and age? Triangles? Excuse me? Now, the reason why this technique is OP, guys, is because this triangle technique basically tells you how to line up the structure and proportions of your face in an easy manner, okay? If you've ever struggled with drawing eyes before and figuring out what to do, it's this simple, all right? Get the ends here, ends of where the eyes are, and then just line them up, and there you go. But I'm gonna show you how to take it even further, all right? Because once you draw this triangle, no matter what the angle is, you take the end of this nose right here, and you bring it up vertically, right? So now you have the inner portion of the eye, you got the outer portion, and so forth. All you gotta do now is take the head, figure out where that halfway mark is, and that halfway mark right there is where you're going to place the eyes. So not only do you know where to place the eyes horizontally, you also know how wide the eyes need to be, and there you go. Never again will you struggle with drawing eyes and figuring out if the eyes are too high, too low, too big, too small. If you want to draw stylized characters, use a longer triangle, use a wider triangle. It doesn't matter. You can draw the character sideways, the triangle still applies. You can draw the character looking up, the triangle still applies. You can have him looking sideways and looking up, and the character triangle still applies. This is the technique. The multi-billion-dollar art school industry, they don't want you to know this technique, because once you use it, it's that simple. Shh. Shh. See? I told you guys. I wasn't playing around. I wasn't playing around out here. Try it right now. Go get a picture. Get a reference of anything. You'll see it. You'll see it works. It's all triangles, baby. It's true. It's true. Sheesh. That's it, man. I told you guys. I'm not playing games out here. The multi-billion-dollar art school industry literally got me on the most wanted list. They're like, yo, why is this man Kaycem? Why is this man Kaycem out here giving art tips for free? We're trying to charge these kids money. We're trying to make these online art schools and pay $1,000 for free content. Wild out here. So we're going to use that same technique right now. All right. We're going to be placing in this triangle. We're going to be finding that horizontal line where we want it. I'm going to place the eyes right here. And that's basically it. I'm going to go in here now and I'm going to show you guys the technique of how I draw eyes. Okay. Upper eyelids. Remember, 1, 2, 3. We got here 3 planes for the eyes, the inner portion plane, the front plane, and then the outer side plane right there. And then we're going to have 2 lower planes here, but because of the fact that they're smiling, this character is smiling right here, it's going to be as simple as doing 1, 2. Okay. Now, I know this looks a little funny right now. That's just because we don't have any of the details in. But we're going to do the same thing on both sides here. Remember, 1, 2, 1, 2, I don't know, buckle my shoe or something. Whatever Ethan Becker says, 1, 2, buckle my shoe. And this is it. We've got the eyes in here. We've got the placement of the nose, right? All of these components now are ready to go. And again, this is not necessarily how I draw regularly. This is more of like, if I were to do a study, this is kind of how my approach for doing these studies, right? But now let's talk a little bit about the mouth, because I think the mouth is going to be an interesting one to also approach right now as well. This is super helpful. I haven't done much pixel art for being people because they're all turn out looking so deformed. Hey, I mean, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad that you're enjoying it, and hopefully you'll be able to apply it to whatever it is you're drawing. And then thank you for the follows too, Ed Tien Zia, and everybody else coming in here. Welcome in, guys. Hey, thank you for the follow too, Hurricane. Great. Oh, Hurricane. Okay. I get it. All right, so here's an easy way to also draw mouths if you guys have ever struggled with drawing mouths before. This is something that I made up more recently. There's no cool technique for this one. The way that I draw a mouth is I visualize, this might sound like crazy, but I visualize the skull and I imagine there being the zygomatic bone connecting over here to the maxilla and the mandible. And then from there, I'm imagining the contour of the shape here of the head. Right, so here that means that this is going to be where that front portion of the teeth is going to land. Maybe a little bit lower, actually. Okay. We're going to see that bottom plane of the teeth right there, and then I'm also going to be lowering here the jaw and imagining where that jaw is going to land right here, and that's going to be where that portion there of the teeth is going to be. Okay. And then what am I doing? What do I do? We just go in here and we go like this. Add the skin. There you go. Is that Sigma Pedro Pascal? Kinda right now. I know he looks kind of funny because I don't have all the details in, but yeah, this is what I drew earlier as a rough sketch. And I'm just showing you guys how to break down this structure and also break down this angle of drawing the head at this angle, because I know it's a little bit of a hard angle. I'm sure some of you guys have struggled in the past drawing a character tilting upwards or looking upwards like this. So this is kind of me showing you guys how I'm kind of breaking this down right now, step by step. Otherwise, I would have just jumped right in. You know what I'm saying? I would have just done boom, bam, boom, and we would have finished this drawing probably pretty soon, actually. Giga Chad Pedro Pascal, yo, he needs to see this. Someone tag him. Your likeness are getting better every stream. Thank you. You know, I would like to think that drawing 12 hours every day has allowed me to get better as an artist. I think that's probably a pretty big reason why I would say I'm seeing a lot of good improvement, a lot of good major improvement with my own art and stuff. You gonna steal that method? Hey guys, remember, this is You can't steal something that's free. You know what I'm saying? It's like going to Costco and getting a free sample of food and being like, I stole this food. I can't believe it. It's free. It's out here. You know what I'm saying? It's I'm just out here giving you guys all the free tips, all the things that I've learned in my time frame of, you know, being an artist and all of that. So yeah, you can't steal what's already free. But I'm gonna move his teeth up a little bit because I want his mouth. I don't want him to smile too much because I feel like that's not necessarily true to the character of Joel. So I'm gonna kind of bring it up a little bit here, you know, just kind of bring that mouth in, kind of lower, raise that jaw just a tad bit more, right? And then we're also gonna add in here the mouth, just the tongue like that. Okay, so we have here, as you can see, all the general components of the face, right? So we have here the, let me kind of change this up a little bit here. We have here the nose, the eyes, and basically the mouth. And now what we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit about likeness. We're going to talk about how to draw characters on model, how to match them so that way you're drawing the same characters even if they're looking around at different angles and all of that stuff. This is a very valuable skill for anybody who wants to work in the industry, whether that's animation, games, film, whatever have you. But even if you're just drawing characters for fun, this is a very valuable skill to learn, because put an F in the chat, guys, if you've ever done this before. Let's say you've drawn an original character, right? The first time you drew it, you like it, it looks good. And then you try to draw it again a second time, maybe a third or fourth time. And for some reason, those other times you drew it, they don't look like the first time you drew the character. And so maybe you're kind of like, you know what? This is actually a different OC. Or, oh, you know what? No. I just changed my OC. This is a different look now. This is the new version of my OC, right? And all of a sudden, every time you keep drawing your OC, it's looking a little different. So I'm going to show you guys how to get that likeness, how to match all of that stuff. And we'll talk about that today. Okay. Thank you for the gifted sub, Previs. Thank you. Appreciate that. You're so kind of you. Yeah, I know the Fs, guys. Don't worry. I've been there. I've been there way too many times. But all right, let's talk a little bit about getting likeness. So one of the first things that you can do to get a good likeness of your character is to give your character some pretty explicit, clear details that make them unique to the character. One of the easiest things you could do, for example, for a male character is give him facial hair, right? So I think facial hair is an easy one, but for example, in general, hairstyles. So take a look at anime, for example. I'm a big fan of Dragon Ball Z. I grew up with Dragon Ball Z, but if you take a look at the face of Dragon Ball Z, let's be real. All the faces are pretty much the same, right? What distinguishes the character is usually the hair. So hairstyle can also be a big one. Facial hair, another big aspect. So having kind of key indicators for your characters that make them unique will make it easier for them to be visible, even if maybe they're not exactly on point. But there are a few other things that you can do as well, right? So paying attention to the structure of the head, for example. So maybe this character has a bit of a wider jaw. Maybe their jaw has a weird nuanced thing that I drew here where it kind of goes in and then goes back out a little bit. So a little bit of a protrusion there. This character also has a very unique brows, right? So the brows right here are also going to kind of zigzag a little bit. They're a little bit thicker at the top right here, and then they kind of taper out, as you can kind of see. And then they end on kind of like the sharp angle that I drew out here for this character's brow. So, you know, you can do a lot of different things here to really kind of push the character design. And I actually think the first version that I drew, I actually like it a lot better. So I'm going to go ahead and utilize that instead. So having stuff like unique features are going to be a key indicator. But other things that you can do too are imagining and laying down the proportions. So something I always like to do, as I showed you guys earlier, is I have a consistent set of proportions that I utilize, right? So I'm using maybe the Loomis method, or I'm using I'm using my own version, or I'm using the Azoro head style for proportions. Whatever it is, you know, that's kind of the standard that I do when I'm out here drawing characters. So let's go ahead and do some of that. And then again, this is a detail, or this is a thing that you can apply to all parts of your character design. So here in this character, pay attention to the eye shape, right? So the character that I drew yesterday, the eyes here for the lower lid is usually pretty flat and pretty narrowed out. And then you have here kind of like this opening and a clear distinction there for the inner corner of that eye there. So this is going to be a trademark of this character. And even if I'm doing a shape of the character's eyes where he's looking down like this, or if he's maybe looking up like this, I still want to hold true to some of these aspects of the design. So I want us to do a little bit of that as well, you know, figuring out, okay, cool. So this character here, he's got a pretty prominent, you know, part of the design there, you can kind of see the iris there a little bit more. So let's kind of do that. And then, yeah, so you can kind of see here how we're already establishing some structure, right? Let's see here. But yeah, hopefully that makes sense. Did that make any sense? When the new version looks better than the first and you don't want to change it. Right. The problem is, you know, sometimes you don't have that luxury. Like if you're working for a studio and you need to, you know, make sure you're drawing the characters the same, you can't be going around having your character change every single other day. Otherwise, you might be at a problem, might be at a predicament. And hey, thank you for the follows. We got a lot of follows today. V Kensuga, Bereri, welcome in, guys. For those of you who are coming in here today, out of curiosity, what's bringing you guys here? Did you guys find me through recommended? Did you just spot my thumbnail on Twitch? Or did you hear about me from a raid or something? Yeah, I don't know. I'm curious. Tell me your secrets. Okay, let's go ahead and do the other eye here. And we're going to start working on some of the details now for this character design here. Kajoey. Oh, Cal Joe. Kajoey. Cal Joe, thank you so much for the follow too. I was drawing and it wasn't waifus. Hey, we can change that. I can draw waifus. You guys want me to draw waifus? Shoot. We kind of did that last week, not gonna lie. We did these last week. We drew these characters. I was showing you guys how to break down kind of simple stylized shapes and stuff. She's kind of a waifu. I can see the waifu potential out here for sure. Character design hot take. Yuzu Kamiko Lupin design actually looks kind of good. No, it's good. No, I think Lupin the Third is good. It's kind of like when people say stuff like, "Oh, dude, I don't really like the One Piece style. It looks too lame." And I'm like, bro, if you actually took the time to study the One Piece style, you're gonna realize that the man is a genius. The man is able to come up with some crazy designs and still keep it in that anime aesthetic. It's kind of like the Disney of anime, the way that I think about Ichiro Oda's designs and stuff. I'm in truly love with your style every time I come here. I'm surprised by so much skill. Thank you. I honestly, you know, I thank you. That's all I can say, because I feel like sometimes, I don't know, sometimes I look at my art, and let me know if this is relatable to you guys, but sometimes I look at my art and then I compare my work with other people and I'm like, man, I wish I could do what they're doing because my stuff looks kind of meh. You guys ever get that, where you're kind of like looking at someone's work and you're like, I could never. What's that one meme? It's like something, I can never be, I can't, like, man, I don't even know what the meme is anymore. Whatever, I butchered the meme. But yeah. Oda has some diverse, wacky character designs. He's crazy good. I just love Ichiro Oda stuff. The real BK, thank you for the follows. Appreciate that. I need to stop doing that. Yeah. The artist Achilles heel. I know. We always we sure do love comparing ourselves to other people, don't we? Do, 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 do. All right, so right now, all I'm going to do is I'm going to start breaking out some of these forms just a little bit more, just kind of chopping out here the proportions a little bit, and again, trying to get more of a likeness of the character that we drew yesterday. And again, you know, this is like the first time I've drawn this character, so I'm still trying to figure out the general structure that I want for him. But I think this is okay. I think what we have is all right. Appreciate your style. Thank you. The real BK. And also Paddle Pop. I search for good artists on streams. Good thing I found this one. Love you. The same hardware and software that I do. Yeah, I love Procreate. Sadly true. Oh, guess what though? Your boy got a new laptop. Hey, nice. I use reference. Yes, sir. I do use references. I use references of him. I use a reference of what I drew yesterday. All artists professionally use references. That is a true known fact. Imagine drawing an animated series and not using the character sheets that were designed for you. Like every time an artist has to figure out how the character looks like from imagination. Imagine someone trying to work on the Naruto series and every single animator who worked on the series had to draw Naruto from imagination because they weren't allowed to look at a picture of Naruto. What a joke. Come on, man. That would be such a foolish thing to think about. You guys get what I'm saying? So whenever someone comes in and they're just like, wow, I can't believe you use references. That's so silly. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's pretty funny, but I get it. Am I on Instagram? Yeah, I'm on Instagram. You guys can follow me over there. Reference is as an artist lifesaver. Anyone who says otherwise either doesn't know what they're saying or is just lying. Yeah, I think so too. For animation, it's necessary. When is it not necessary? I'm just kind of curious here. Let's do this. Let's talk about this because I feel like there is an interesting thing in the art community when a lot of beginner artists talk about how if you use references, you're a cheater. If you're using references, you're not good. Here's what I'm going to say. First of all, I'm using a reference. Secondly, this is not even the same angle. Thirdly, this is a reference that I drew. So this is my drawing. So it's like me using my own drawing. But I want to open this conversation up because I think this is a common thing. A lot of people have this mentality. I had this. The reason why I bring this was when I was first starting out, I was under the impression that if an artist had to use references, that they were a trash artist, including myself. I see now, as I work professionally and as I've done art for a little bit more time, that that's actually not the case. It's all about how you use references, right? If you are just copying references and just copying what you see and then, you know, just reposting that, even then, that is still actually impressive. If you can copy a picture and do it exactly right, like exactly the same, that's actually pretty good still, right? But you know, I think it all depends. I think it really does have to do with how people perceive the usage of references. And so I kind of wanted to open it up here. Let's see here. Maybe in the concept stage when you're just playing with ideas. Yeah, I think, you know, I think it also depends too. Because like, yes, if you're working professionally, for example, you definitely want to be cautious of how you use references. And the reason why is because there might be copyright issues. Right? There might be some problems there. You don't want someone on Twitter to be like, hey, this person who drew this Sonic the Hedgehog character, I think they might have referenced something else. They might have referenced the real hedgehog. This Sonic looks too real. He's looking like Sonic right now. You know? Da Vinci literally studied cadavers. Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Even Da Vinci used references. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm waiting here. People came out here, but I don't know. I think it's interesting. Let's see. I know a guy, Hungry Monkey 9. He can draw realistic from imagination. And that's cool. Look, here's the thing. Here's what I'm going to say. Drawing realistic from imagination is a skill in itself, right? But what I'm trying to claim here, guys, isn't that you have to draw from imagination to be good. Because look, here's a shocker for those of you who don't know. Kim Jong-il. You guys know who Kim Jong-il is. The GOAT. Everyone claims Kim Jong-il is the guy who could draw anything from his imagination. No guidelines, no sketches, nothing, right? I don't know who Hungry Monkey 9 is, unfortunately, but I know who Kim Jong-il is. Rest in peace, yes. And people would claim he is the guy that draws from imagination. But here's the funny thing. If you watch any interview from Kim Jong-il and anything that he's talked about of how he learned to develop that skill, he says in every single interview that he's done that the way that he does it is he uses references. He studies the references 5 to 10 to 15 times, breaks down the shapes, break down the form to the point where he remembers it in his head. So it's not that he's drawing from imagination. He's drawing from memory. You get what I'm saying? He's drawing from memory. He's not making up stuff from imagination. He memorized all these things to the point where he could reproduce it because he knows how it works. He knows the structure, but he had to have a reference. You can't make something up from nothing. So there you go. I mean, again, I think it's interesting. I think it's an interesting conversation. I'm not trying to say that people should or should not use references. I'm just trying to say that there's nothing wrong with using references. If there's anything that is wrong, I would say about references, if there's anything that I think might be a problem with references, is if you start to become too reliant on references and feel like you can't expand your knowledge and you feel like you can't draw. You get what I'm saying? Put an F in the chat if you've ever had that issue before, where you feel like you can't draw something without having a reference. If that is the case and you feel like you're psychologically holding yourself back, I think there are ways to go about that. There are ways to practice drawing from invention, just drawing without the reference first to kind of get yourself into that comfort zone so that you're not reliant on it. But the actual idea of using references, that's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with having a reference and actually utilizing those things to make your art better. It's only a problem when you start to feel like you can't do anything without a reference, right? You must have, like, let's be real here, right? How many of you guys have tried to do a drawing and then what do? You go on Instagram, you go on Pinterest, and you start scrolling for 2 hours or something, and you spend more time trying to find the exact reference of something than you actually do drawing, right? You know what I'm talking about. Put an F in the chat if you've ever done that before. When you spend more time looking for the reference than actually trying to draw. You probably could have spent 10 minutes drawing the hair, but instead you spent 2 hours trying to find a picture of the hairstyle. So that's kind of what I'll say about that. Yeah, there are cases there where I think that might be, you know, like, okay, maybe that's a little something there. But yeah, there you go. That's my little spiel about using references and stuff. And I only bring it up because I know somebody in the chat was like, I use references. Yes, I do. We all do. Fun fact for those of you who don't know, by the way, my name is Kaycem. I am a Filipino art streamer here on Twitch. I teach everything from anatomy, gesture, perspective, character design, and all of that. And I actually work full-time in the animation industry for the studio that made Castlevania. Currently, I'm also prepping to work as a character designer for shows like Castlevania, Legend of Korra, and Invincible. And yeah, if you guys are interested in some free art education, you guys like dogs that sleep all day, do leave a follow out here in the Kaycem crew. But otherwise, welcome in. Hope you guys have been enjoying the stream so far. Yeah, I don't know. People are wild when people tell me you can't use references, but in animation it's okay. It's wild. It's really wild out here. It's crazy. Thank you for the follows too, by the way. Ate1990, Mizu-sama, Bloody Sword, Gripstone, Pixel. Damn, there's a lot of you guys. Damn, that's crazy. Welcome in, guys. Hopefully you guys are doing well today. Yeah, hopefully you guys are having a good time. Yeah, for those of you wondering, I do use the iPad. It's one of my favorite things. I even use it professionally. And the thing that I have it on right now is something called the Sketchboard Pro. Probably one of the best things that I've ever gotten for my iPad, for many reasons. So good, in fact, that I bought 2 of these. I have one here and I have another one over there. This one's incredible. One of the main reasons why is because it lets me rest my hand on the edge right here, so I can basically draw easily on the edge of my iPad, kind of like this. And because of this, and along with the fact that you can tilt the sketchboard pretty at an angle here, I basically am allowed to draw like 12 hours a day without getting any neck pain, wrist pain, none of that stuff. And it looks super nice as well too. And here's the really cool thing. Again, I'm not sponsored by them. I just love the sketchboard so much. But thank you for dropping that command right there. There's actually a sale right now on the Sketchboard Pro. It's 10% off. And if you use my code, you actually get an additional 10% off. So it's pretty busted right now. A lot of you guys have already gotten it 20% off. It's insane right now. But again, if you have an iPad and you draw for a lot and you use your iPad for a lot of drawing, this is probably one of the best things you can get, because I have probably avoided lots of long-term pain and long-term issues because of using this thing. So, but yeah, I would just say, recommend it. But again, no worries if you guys already got a setup that you like and you feel like you're okay and stuff. Yeah, no worries. All right, let's go in here now and let's start adding in some of the features for this character. But I love watching skilled people draw, and your streams are super relaxing. So thanks for providing a nice and calm place to be. Oh, thank you for coming in here. And Angel Lissa, appreciate that. How can I truly find my own art style? You guys want to know the secrets of finding your own art style? Like, here's the thing. I know a lot of people always say stuff like, oh, your art style will come naturally or whatever, right? I'm sure, how many guys have heard that before? Maybe you've even heard me say it before, right? Like, oh yeah, you don't get a style. You just keep drawing and eventually your style will appear, or you already have a style, right? That is true. That's actually, yeah, that's actually not wrong. that's a pretty fair statement. But technically speaking, there are ways to push a style to get to achieve a style that you might want in a quicker way. How do I know this? Well, for example, let's say you're in the animation industry, right? And let's say you're an artist and you work on SpongeBob. If you're working on SpongeBob, you got to learn the style of SpongeBob. But later, if you want to start working on something like Avatar: The Last Airbender, you got to learn the style of Avatar: The Last Airbender, and you got to do it quickly. So there are actually some techniques that a lot of animators use to learn and study styles and then apply it on their own style, so that way they can draw in the style of the show. And this is basically called drawing on model. We've talked about it a few times on my stream, but here's an example of that where, for example, when I was studying the style of Legend of Korra, these are the kind of exercises and the kind of studies that I'm doing with the characters in the style of that show. So if you guys have a show, movie, game, or something that you like, and you maybe even an artist on Instagram that you're kind of like, damn, I like the way that they're drawing characters, do what I'm doing over here, right? Grab the pictures, break down the proportions, really understand meticulously what the artists are doing, because check this out. You may not know it when you're first looking at it, but if you actually study these things, you'll notice that, for example, the hairline, I'll do it over here so you can see a little bit better, but notice here how the hairline matches up parallel, right? Parallel hairlines, parallel brows, parallel nose, all of these things match up insanely well. But watch this, here's another thing. Look at how the brows actually line up with the hairline of the character, right? So you have here the hairline right here. What does it line up with? The tip of this brow. What does this line up with? The tip of this brow. What does this line up with? The tip of this one, right? And so you can do that on both sides. So these are not unintentional design choices. These are intentional by the artist, and these are the stylistic things that they do. You can do the same thing with breaking down the hair, looking at how they structure the hair. Notice how it's always 2 to 3 on the tips, but even when the character is looking face on like this, they'll still have those two on the sides, right? So for those of you who want to look for a style, or maybe even draw in the style of another artist or a production or a show or a game or whatever it is, this is what I would recommend. Go on the internet, look up character design sheets for the characters or whatever that you want to draw, and study them. Really understand what's going on. Break down the proportions, break down the hair, break down the shape language, and then bring that back to your own drawings and say, what part of these things do I like? I kind of like the style of drawing the hair that way. I kind of like drawing the eyes that way. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, that's how people do it in the animation industry. That's literally the secret. There's no magic, you know. That's just how we do it. We grab the style of the show, and then we have to learn it. We got to learn it right away, because otherwise we can't produce and we can't work, right? But all right, let's go ahead here and let me keep adding in some more details for this character here. So today what we're focusing on is actually today we're focusing on doing character expressions. I have this character Joel from The Last of Us that I drew yesterday on stream with you guys. And then today we're drawing another angle, but this time a little bit of a tilted upward angle here. And so I'm showing you guys how I take a reference like this, and he's not even looking up, he's not even smiling, right? But how do I use this reference to then draw the character here and then establish some of the other details for it as well, while also retaining the design that I drew on the left side over here. Hey, thank you for the follows, guys. Welcome in. So many follows today. I got no clue what's going on. Yeah, I don't really know what's going on with all the follows today, but I appreciate you guys coming in here. Maybe I got raided or something and I just didn't know about it or something like that. But did someone shout me out on like Twitter or something? Hello? Either way, I appreciate you guys, and I hope you guys enjoy today's stream. It's a pretty chill stream today. We are streaming till 11 today, and actually, I totally forgot to mention this. My bad. I totally forgot to mention this, but I'm actually not going to be streaming the rest of the week. So this is actually my last stream of the week. I probably should have told you guys this ahead of time. So I hope you guys enjoy this. I will not be back until basically Sunday, or no, sorry, Monday of next week. Yeah, I'm going on vacation. Okay, I know, but I kind of need a vacation because I've been working hard, man. I've been working hard, and I think everyone could use a little bit of a vacation out here. What's my favorite expression to draw? I would say that's a good question. I think I like to draw the angry expressions. I think angry expressions really have a lot of like energy to them that is just, I don't know, if it looks good. Thank you. Yeah, where are you off to? I'm not gonna tell you guys. You're gonna stalk me. I know you guys are wild out here. No. No, I'm going to visit some family up in Washington. So we're gonna be over there in Washington. So shout out to my people who are over there in Washington up north. I'll be over there causing a menace, baby. I'll be causing a menace over there up in the north. Came right at the ending. Wait, what? How dare you disappear for a week when I've only just discovered you? Yeah, no worries. I'll be back. Don't worry, guys. I've been streaming for a bit. Also, guys, if there were any questions that you have, and if I just missed them, please feel free to retype them in the chat. The chat can sometimes go by pretty fast, and so I might miss a question or two. But that doesn't mean I'm trying to ignore you guys. So usually I'll just, retype a question. I'll try to re-answer it, or I'll try to answer it if I can. But yeah, I know there was a question earlier, something about studying or something. I missed it and I'm too lazy to scroll up. So I'm particularly talking about you, person who typed a question like 3 minutes ago. somewhere up there in the chat. I'm sorry, okay? It got moved up. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that a lot. Prebis. If I went to art school. Yeah, there you go. That was the question. Yeah. That was the question. The question was if I went to art school. The answer is yes and no. So I went to art school back in the days after high school and stuff, and I went to a school called Pasadena Art Center. It was a school called Pasadena Art Center, and it's a cool school and stuff. But the reason why, like, I didn't go to art school was because I actually dropped out of that school, basically after the first semester. And the main reason why was because I, one, couldn't afford it. But two, I had a lot of imposter syndrome, and I felt like I didn't belong there. I wasn't good enough. Everyone else was so good and all of that stuff. And but mostly it was because I couldn't afford it. And so I dropped out of school. I listened to my Asian parents, who basically told me, you know, go be an engineer, go be a doctor, be a lawyer, blah, 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 study something in STEM, you know, make money kind of thing. Don't be an artist, because artists don't make money, is what my parents said. Obviously, that's not the case. But I decided to, I was like, you know what, maybe art's not for me. And so I decided to drop out of school, and I went and studied computer science. I went to a university, got a degree in computer science, became an engineer, worked in the engineering tech industry for about 5 years. And then more recently, I decided to draw again on Twitch just for fun and stuff. I'm just giving you guys the TLDR here. But because of Twitch, and because I was able to practice and teach myself every day, and also teach you guys the things that I was learning as I was improving and stuff, I was eventually able to get into the industry and work in the animation industry and stuff. So yeah, TLDR answer is yes, no. But it's actually kind of cool because I've been able to live stream. The first day that I got back into drawing was actually the first day I started streaming on Twitch, which was March 13, 2020, which was also my birthday. So shout out to my birthday. And it was probably one of the best things that I've ever decided to do in my life, in my career as an artist and stuff, because yeah, I don't know. So for those of you who've been watching me since 2020, you guys have been able to follow me from my journey of being a software engineer, trying to figure out how to do art, to now eventually, and now actually working full time and stuff. And so shout out to you guys who stuck through, because honestly, if it wasn't for my early community supporting me and helping me get motivated and helping me actually realize that I was good enough. I know this sounds so sappy. I'm sorry if it sounds so sappy, but to be honest with you guys, I really didn't think I was a good artist. I thought it was too late for me. Like, how many of you guys feel that way in the chat? Put an F in the chat if you've ever felt like it might be too late for you to pursue art full time, or pursue art in general. Maybe you've gotten older and you feel like, man, I chose a different path in life. I went to school for something else, or I'm working on something else, and maybe it's too late. You go on Instagram and you look at these 13-year-old artists who are like, damn, what the hell? I was never this good at 13. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you start doubting yourself. And so I actually genuinely felt that way for the longest time. And if it wasn't for Twitch chat, if it wasn't for you guys coming out here and supporting my streams and just coming out and hanging out with me, even on the days where I was having a lot of bad drawings, like, dude, sheesh. I remember the days where I had so many bad drawings and I just had to power through. I still do. I still have a lot of days where I have bad drawings. Not as much, I feel like, but yeah, it's been a good journey. It's been a crazy journey that I've been very thankful to have been able to document on Twitch and stuff. And thank you for all the follows today, guys. You guys are incredible. Appreciate every single one of you following on today's stream. Mary Dude, Flammable, XCBR, Rinsler, Magic Zero, and everyone else here. Why you guys keep saying I'm 55? I said I'm somewhere between 21 and 65. You guys aren't even saying the average. You're like, Kaycem's 55 years old. That's like such a bad guess. like the range is 21 to 65. So clearly there's like a midpoint there. That's like a good average range to guess. You know what I'm saying? Not that I'm at the average. I'm not saying I'm at the average, but like, come on, guys. You were like, I think Kaycem's 55. That's just such a bad guess. I would not ask you guys to give me lottery numbers. I'm currently adept for email marketing, but I love to draw and wish it was my everyday income. Maybe it's time to grind and study. I think it's possible. I'm not going to tell you that like, hey, just do what I do, because obviously everyone's in a different circumstance in life, you know, and everyone might be, you know, going through different things. But I think in general, I do think it's not too late. I think it's possible. It might just be harder for some than others. But if you're willing to take that risk, I think that's actually, I think it'll definitely pay off in the long run. And I know people. I've met people in my journey, at least personally. I've met people who what's it called? Who are a lot older than me and are still, you know, pursuing it, and some who just got in the industry as well, right? Who are also pursuing art and stuff. So I don't think it's ever too late to pursue art, thankfully. There might be some maybe, again, difficulties with, like, let's say you got to pay bills, or let's say you got a family, you got kids and all that stuff. And so, yeah, it might be a little tricky to do a, you know, risky transition. Like, don't quit your job just because I said, you know, because some random guy on Twitch was just like, yeah, I was able to switch careers. Right. So I don't want anyone out here coming back next week and being like, yo, Kaycem, I took your advice, man. I DM'd my boss. I told him I quit today. I said I'm done. Don't hey, careful. All right. I don't want any trouble out here. But again, I do think it's definitely possible to pursue something. Everyone, let's hold on to our resignation. Yeah. Hold on to it for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Don't do it right after my stream, please. I feel like I'm gonna, yeah. I don't want to get in trouble. Unemployment rates are already climbing out here in the US. Okay. We don't need any more reason for unemployment to go up. Too late. You just quit your job. Yet too late. I'm the boss. I actually quit. I quit my company. Damn, what the hell? You guys are funny today. The vibes today, I'm not gonna lie, today feels like a Friday stream. I don't even stream Fridays, and the vibe is good out here. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys coming in and just, you know, having fun. At least I hope you guys are having fun. Okay, but let's go in now and let's actually add the details for the hair. Woo, baby! Finally. I've been waiting to do the hair, man. Hair is arguably my most favorite thing. If you guys ever watch my streams, you will know I love drawing hair. If there's one thing that's like the thing that I get most excited about, it's hair. So we'll draw some right now, but let me actually just lay out the face real quick. One second. Okay. You hated drawing hair? Okay, I will show you guys how to draw hair and how to make hair easy. Okay? Because today, look, I get it. I used to hate drawing hair too, until I learned the secrets of like how to draw hair consistently and easily every single time. And once you see it, you're gonna be like, damn, okay, I'm kind of vibing with that strategy. You know what I'm saying? It'll be a little bit less scary for sure. You would love to see my first VOD. I've shown it to you. We have it. I've played it a few times. We might do it another day or something. Also, Kaycem, did you by chance save your first stream's VOD? Would be really fun to watch? Yes, I did. I have a clip. I have a clip of my first stream ever. I was a mere baby. I was figuring things out as a streamer, but I do have that saved. I think that I don't have it like saved. I have a clip of it. I have a clip of like one part of it, and that's about it, I would say. That's better than nothing, I guess. Yeah, better than not having anything. Do you guys want to see it? I can actually pull it up. If you guys really want to see that first clip, back when I was first relearning how to draw again and all that stuff, I can find it. What is this line? What is this? What the heck? What was that? I don't get it. Oh, you know what? He's smiling, right? So that means the cheek needs to go up too. Like that. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay. I'll have you guys know, I'm trying to figure this face out as I'm doing it with you guys. I don't have a reference of this face, and so I'm just trying to like work at it from I'm just trying to work at it piece by piece here and kind of seeing the vibe and stuff. So if I don't have like a heavy reference, like this is the reference I'm using, so clearly it's not the same angle and stuff. So if I don't have a exact reference, I'm trying to go a little bit slower, and I'm trying to explore you know, different shapes and stuff like that. And I'm usually flipping the canvas a lot just to kind of get a vibe for everything. But even that might be a little too much. I'm gonna just bring it back in just a tad bit. Oh, is it low? Is that good? Okay. For some reason I was under the impression that it was a lot higher, but maybe it's gotten better. Maybe unemployment's gotten a lot better. I love drawing hair, but also overcomplicate it. Hair can be stressful, yes. What were the pros and cons of Photoshop and Illustrator as drawing tools? I don't know too much about Illustrator, to be honest, but I do know about Photoshop. I think Photoshop is a great tool for everything related to drawing and all that stuff, and even photography. The only problem is that it's very expensive when you consider that you have to pay a monthly subscription for it. So if you're only there to draw, like if you're only drawing, right, and you're not doing something extensively heavy with photo bashing or whatever, honestly speaking, I think Clip Studio Paint is actually better. And I say this reluctantly because I used to be a Photoshop main, you know what I'm saying? I was a one-trick Photoshop user, challenger Photoshop out here on League of Legends. I changed my ways, man. After I tried CSP, I realized the price was different. I was like, okay, I might just have to be a CSP main now. But I also play Procreate. You know what I'm saying? Procreate's pretty good. But yeah, sorry, I don't know. Why am I talking in league terms right now? Prepare to be shook. You guys want to see it? Okay. We can probably pull it up. I'm just catching up in the chat right now. The small but made it so much better. Yeah, it's crazy how small details can really do a lot. For sure. It's insane. The power of small details. But okay, let me see if I can find that quick clip for you guys. I'll show you guys really quick. Give me a sec. I have it pinned on my mod channel. Let's see here. All right, you guys want to see it? Get some hype in the chat. Put some like emotes or something. Give me some like spam some like Kaycem hype emotes or something, or just spam any emotes. I'm gonna show you guys this old clip. All right, this is like my first day of streaming on Twitch. I think it was either the first day of streaming on Twitch or the second day. Like it was somewhere around there. Definitely like first First week there was literally only like 2 viewers out there. It was me and this person named you guy 1. Shout out to you guy 1. They actually were the one that clipped it, so if it wasn't for you guy, this clip wouldn't exist. But here we go. Here's the clip, and this is what I say in this clip. Let me turn up the volume a little bit.
The day that I become
Hold on, can you guys hear it? Is it too quiet? I'm gonna turn it up all the way.
a partner, guys, I will. The day that I become a partner, guys, I will give back to the community. Clip that so that in the future when we do become partner, I don't forget, right? I have to keep my word.
Damn.
Kaycem is not a liar.
What a way to end it. Kaycem's not a liar. Yeah, so there you go. That's the clip right there. Yeah, first started streaming on Twitch. I was just getting back into drawing again. And yeah, that was just me saying that the day I become partnered on Twitch would be the day that I give back to the community, and I feel like I've been doing that. I don't know. I'm trying to hold true to that, you know. I'm trying to teach art the best way as I can, share everything that I've learned, give you guys as much resources as I can as well. We're trying our best. Emotional damage. Yeah, I was a baby Twitch streamer. I never thought that I would be where I'm at now on Twitch. It's actually insane. You guys have really put me on the map out here on Twitch, and I cannot be more grateful to everybody here. Even if you've just joined today, honestly, even if it's just you joining in your first time here, you guys are contributing to an awesome community that I hope will continue to grow in the future. By the way, guys, I do run ads on my stream every hour. One's gonna be running right now. So if you get an ad, thank you again for sticking around. All right, I'm gonna do a little bit of surgery here because I want to fix some things up before I move on to the hairstyle real quick. Okay, there you go. Much better. I like that a whole lot better. All right, guys, let's go ahead and let's talk about hair, because I'm a big fan of hair. I hope I can still have hair in the future, but even if not, I will just shave my head, and that's completely fine. Let's talk about how to establish some interesting kind of shapes right here. So first thing that I like to do whenever I'm drawing hair is I'm always thinking about establishing here the hairline first. I think hairline is always key when it comes to drawing hair. And so let me actually first, I'm gonna do a few things here. I'm gonna liquefy this one out like that. That looks a lot better. And the first thing I like to do is establish the gesture here for the hairline. And so the way that I'm going to do that is I'm actually going to follow the flow here of the nose, eyes, and brows. And that'll just give me a general idea here of where I want to place kind of some of the structure there of the hair. Now, again, I'm doing these things because I want to try to utilize the general structure of the hair and the head as best as I can. So this is going to be the plane here, the forehead, right? But his hairline kind of goes back a little bit there because, you know, he's a little bit older and stuff. So we're going to go ahead and do some of that. We're going to try to line up here the side of the hairline right here to kind of match. And now he kind of looks like he has plus 20 Riz. It looks like he's about to steal your girl right now. Kind of looks like yeah, so we're going to add some hair. We're going to make him look a little bit older, okay? Thank you for the follow too, Sandolphin. Appreciate that. I've been following you for a while now. I really do love your art and the tips you share, and you really helped me improve. Thank you. You guys are trying to make me cry today, and I'm watching out for you guys. Don't do that to me. Oh, somebody redeemed a puppy power. Sure, I got you here. All right, there you go. Puppy power. That's my dog. He's chilling out here. Dum, da, dum, da, dum, da, da, dum. Rum, dum, dum. Rum, dum, dum. Da, 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 da. All right, but there you go. So we got here the hairline. He be looking at us. Yeah, that's what the heck? I never even thought of it that way, but now I cannot unsee it. Anyways, guys. Anyways, let's go ahead and kind of lay out here the structure of the hairline. And what I'm going to do here is we're going to kind of start piecing out some of these components so that way the hairline will kind of start matching up with what we want for our character design and the shape. So hairline is very important because if you have the hairline in place, it'll really give you the structure for the overall head, right? But now that we have this here, let's go ahead now and start a new layer. So the new layer is going to be establishing some of the general shapes that we're going for this hairstyle here. And let me actually add some volume in the back of the head too, because you should really have some volume back here. Kind of like that. Hey, thank you for the raid, Blipsqueak. I appreciate that a lot. Wait, I feel like, is this deja vu or did you raid me before? I feel like you raided me before. Am I going crazy? I think so, right? Yesterday. Okay. I was like, yo, dude, I'm going insane right now. Why does this feel like this has happened before? Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and start laying out now a second layer. And this second layer is going to be establishing the actual flow of the hair, and not the flow. We're going to be establishing first just the volume of the hairstyle. So here, what I like to do is I like to focus just on large shapes. So you can kind of see here, we're going to go pick out this large volume, right? And I'm looking at kind of placing this volume, across the hair, and we're going to be using that to give us an idea of just how the hairstyle is going to look like. We're not committing yet to any details. We're just kind of laying it out here. I kind of want to swoop there, so let's kind of fill that out. Okay. So here we're getting rid of the hairline, but that's okay. Again, the hairline was mostly there just to give us a guidance on the structure. But now we're going to go in and start actually piecing in all of these components. Any tips on drawing smear frames? No tips. Smear frames are magical, but I think it's a very stylistic choice, and it's very much dependent on whatever you're vibing with, if that makes any sense. Like whatever the studio might be wanting and stuff. But okay, let's go ahead here, and I'm gonna maybe bring out kind of another volume right here, right? So again, at this stage, I'm not actually drawing out any of the hair yet. I'm just breaking it up into forms first, because I'm trying to look at the overall feel and the silhouette before we commit to any details and designs. Do I know what brush I'm using? Oh yeah, these are all custom brushes. So all the brushes you see that I use are all custom brushes. I make brush packs every year. So there's the 2022 brush pack. I'm using the line art brush right now, and so all the brushes I use are custom brush packs, either for my personal work or what I use professionally when I'm working for studio stuff. So using either of these brushes here, production line art brush versus the regular line art brush and stuff. How long did it take you to go from full-time software engineering to working in the animation industry? Let me think. May 2021 is when I quit my job as a software engineer, and then I got my first big animation job towards the end of 2022. So a little bit over a year, I would say. A little bit over a year, but I was also drawing while I was being an engineer, if that makes any sense. Yeah, May 2021, I'm pretty sure is when I quit. Yeah, was that right, guys? You guys can remember. You guys know better than me because I announced it live on stream. I think it was May 2021. So yeah, it was May 2021, and then from there, I I just grinded every day. Just drew for like 8 hours, 8 hours every day, nonstop grind. Got whatever small jobs I can get. I picked it up. I did it. Kept grinding, kept learning. I applied, got rejected, got ignored. Hustled, kept moving. I went to conventions, networked, kept streaming on Twitch. I don't know. I kept doing it. It's quick. I guess it might be, but I don't want to like give this impression like, oh, I've only been drawing for a year. You know what I'm saying? It's more like in that time frame, even before I quit, I was already kind of drawing a little bit the year before, because I started drawing again in 2020. But it wasn't until 2021 that I took it more seriously full time, and I wanted to be an artist full time. And then from a year after that was when I was able to start working in the industry. If that makes sense, you get what I'm saying. So I don't want to make it sound like, yeah, I did it in 1 year and like it was this magical, you know what I'm saying, magical thing that happened. Like, no, it was definitely a lot of time and stuff went into to kind of make that happen. How'd you avoid burnout? That's a good question. This might sound really dumb, and this is not good advice. Okay. This might sound like a not good advice, but what made me not have burnout was the fact that I had bills to pay. that was it. Every day I would be like, yeah, I don't really want to draw today. And then I look at my wallet, I look at my bank account, and I'm like, okay, I guess I'm drawing today. I guess I'm picking up that pen. Let's go. Thank you, Flaming. That'll do it. Yeah, paying bills, baby. No, but in all seriousness, I think one of the best things you can do for yourself to avoid burnout and stuff is to really just focus on drawing things that you are interested in drawing. And by that I mean, you know, I think one, draw things that you're interested in drawing, but also two, try to build a structure for yourself. I think for me, one of the best things was knowing that I had a goal in mind. I had a certain studio that I wanted to work for, or certain studios, I should say. So I tried working to produce at a level of artists who are already working for these studios. So an easy thing you can do is look up, let's say, I don't know, if you guys are a big fan of, let's say, League of Legends or Riot Games, right? Look up the artists who work on these things, study the stuff that they're doing, look at their portfolios and see like, okay, what do I have to do? What do I have to learn to get there, to get to that level that these artists are at? If that makes sense. But okay, so we have here the general structure of the hair. Again, this is just the base, right? This is not the actual hair design. You're going to see how in a bit I'm going to change this one up quite a bit to make it turn into something more like this, with a little bit more texture and a little bit more volume and stuff. Let me see here. Is there any other questions I might have missed? If I missed any questions, by the way, feel free to just retype them in the chat, because sometimes the questions just disappear and then I totally miss them. Thank you for the follows, yo mama 94. Arcade animation is incredible. Yeah. Do the Procreate brushes work on CSP? No, they don't. But I will be releasing. Oh shoot! What the heck? I will be releasing new CSP brushes pretty soon. After my vacation, so I'm taking a bit of a week break, starting today, actually. After this stream, I'll be going on vacation. But after my vacation, when I come back, I'll hopefully release some new brushes for you guys, that you guys can use and stuff. How did you get in the Lighthouse Studio? Oh, you mean Powerhouse Studio? I applied, to be honest. I applied for the job. It was funny because I knew somebody who worked at Studio Mirror, and I was trying to chat with them and see if there was any openings at Studio Mirror. And basically he was like, nah, Studio Mirror's not hiring right now, or something like that. But you should check out Powerhouse, because I think Powerhouse might have some positions open. And so I took a look at it, And I was like, oh shoot, you know what? Maybe we got this. And so I sent in my application, crossed my fingers. They got back to me. They asked for an art test. So I popped off on the art test, and then I did an interview with them. Popped off, I think, on the interview. And yeah, that was kind of it, really. But you know, I've applied to a few other places in the meantime. You know, prior to that too, some places just don't even reply back, and some places, you know, they reject you, and that's completely fine. It's all part of the process. You're working with the studio that made Castlevania. Yes, I am, actually. Yeah, there's probably a lot of you guys who are here right now, so I can give you guys a quick little intro. What was my portfolio? Yeah, here's my portfolio. You guys can actually take a look at it. I didn't have a CV, and I don't usually submit a CV, unfortunately. Maybe I should. Maybe that's why I got rejected from other places. But no, I don't have a CV. But that's my portfolio. If you guys want to see it, this is what I've done. It hasn't been updated with any of my new stuff, but I think that was kind of that was what I had, I think, at the time that I was submitting. I'm pretty sure some variation of that. But yeah, for those of you guys who are here for the first time, welcome into the Kaycem crew. My name is Kaycem. I am a Filipino art streamer here on Twitch, and I teach everything from anatomy, gesture, perspective, clothing design, characters, and all of that stuff. And I currently work right now in the animation industry for the studio that worked on Castlevania. And right now I'm actually prepping to work as a character designer for shows like Castlevania, Legend of Korra, and Invincible. So if you guys are into, I don't know, free art education and my dog and sleeping and whatever he does, leave a follow out here. But yes, welcome in, guys. But okay, let's talk about hair. Okay, so how does hair work and how do you make hair easy? So first step, right? First step is actually hairline. Step number 1, hairline. Imagine the character bald. All right, visualize yourself being bald. How does that feel like? For some of you, you're already there. For some of you, you might be like, oh, right, my head's already feeling kind of bald right now. Okay, but imagine your head bald. Imagine the hairline. Step number 2, imagine if you had hair on there, but you just kind of plopped it on, right? Just big chunks, just pop it on your hair. Okay, this is, again, we're not focusing on texture, we're not focusing on anything related to detail. All right, we're just adding in volume. I'm not attacking you guys, I'm just saying, some of you like, hey, whoa, hey, chat, was I attacking? Okay, maybe I could have said it a little bit nicer. Okay, your hair might be going on a vacation, I don't know. look, I'm not trying to call it. It's okay if you're bald. It's okay. I'm not Y'all trolling me, man. Y'all trolling me right now. I'm balding. I'm getting stressed. I'm going out right now. Thank you, Christina. Jake VS, Celaboot, TM Grimace. Welcome in, guys, to the Kaycem crew. Oh man. Andrew Tate is proud of you. Yeah, there you go. What the heck? Okay, what were we talking about? All right, so hair. So step number 2, right? Step number 3. Once you've established your volume for your hair, next thing that I like to do is I like to break out the hair into three small, medium, large, basically 3 different chunks of hair. Hair shapes here. So this is all going to be a stylization choice. You can do this however you like. There's no right or wrong way, I think, personally. But you want to try to go here and kind of go back to the hair now and really break it up, right? Get that small, medium, large shapes in there. See what's working, see what's not working. Sometimes things will work really well and you're kind of like, cool. And then sometimes it doesn't. And you kind of have to experiment with that process. And I think that's part of the fun. That's part of the fun, I think, of doing hair design, is that a lot of hair really is stylization. And so stylization and choosing your kind of preference and stuff of how you want to denote or depict something. So this is kind of what's going on right now. I'm breaking up the hair a little bit more. I'm going to say, you know what, I want to kind of shape this one out a little bit here. And let's figure out what we're doing here for the back side of the hair. Maybe the hair is just flowing back down, you know, let's just Sure, why not? So maybe like right here, we're going to have some hair kind of sweeping down and then maybe going up, right? So we might have something like that where the hair is kind of flowing downwards, and then to kind of break some of that monotony, that's even the right word there, break some of that lines there. I'm going to kind of shape that out there. And then maybe we'll kind of, slowly transition this into the side portion there of that hairline, right? So, just kind of working our way here. But notice how this shape and this shape is kind of similar. So I want to try to maybe break it up by adding in maybe like a curl right here, just to kind of, change that shape just a tad bit. You see what I did there? So I just added a little bit of that like reverse, kind of like the opposite curve there, just to break up that shape. So it's not going to be a repeating consistent pattern. And then from there, we'll maybe kind of break up some of these lines, kind of chop it out a little bit. Little slow, smooth gestures like that. And already we're looking a little bit better with some of the hair there, right? And I'm going to go instead here, I'm going to actually bring this hair back and kind of curve it in here, curve it back into that ear. Okay. So now we're establishing a little bit of structure. Chabby looking up YouTube kinks? What's your you guys are trolling. What's your YouTube link? Bro, come on, guys. Don't bully the new viewers right now. Y'all really bullying the new viewers. I'm sorry, One Vishal. You've been following me since yesterday. I cannot believe the behavior of my community right now, trolling you. Only I control my viewers. Come on, guys. I mean, it was pretty funny though. What's your YouTube kink? Kink or link? Question mark? Y'all wildin' today. Thank you for the follows. I'm not DVFT and our Latinitus. That's the mods jobs. I know. you guys are wildin'. But you guys get what I'm saying, right? Like, notice here how we started off with this, and all I'm really doing is I'm breaking it up into small, medium, large shapes, and I'm trying to follow certain rhythms here. So let's say for this one, the hair now is going to kind of go back. So we're going to have maybe one hairstyle go this way, right? That's going to be the medium or maybe the large. I'm not too sure yet. We'll see. So medium shape like that. We'll bring this one here. And that's going to be the, so I'm not liking that. So maybe I'll make this one bigger. So again, we're playing on shapes here. So I'm going to say, you know what, that shape, let's make this one a little bit bigger here. Okay. And let's actually, this is where it gets tricky. Maybe I'm going to widen it like this. And so it has more of a taper. No, maybe I'll go this way. So yeah, again, I'm just really trying to find certain rhythms and shapes here that I can then kind of utilize in the hairstyle, while also establishing some form and some shape. So, okay, this actually makes sense. So we're going to go here for a medium shape here, a large, small, and then right here, last but not least, we'll have kind of like that medium ring of tuft of hair. And that will kind of be this section right here. So again, you'll see I'm just breaking it up, small, medium, large shapes, right? I put an L on his head here. I don't know, get that out of here. I have to draw a scenario under 30 minutes this Sunday to get into an art school. I can't even rough sketch done under 30 minutes. I don't know what a scenario is, but I would say just try your best. There's a good chance that probably a large majority of all the other people also can't draw something in 30 minutes, right? So I think people always get stressed because they think like, oh man, I don't know, I feel like everyone's better than me and this and that, but surprisingly, most people are probably not that much far off from where you are. I think most people are at some sort of average and stuff. And so usually I tell people, just don't stress about it. Just do the best that you can do. And if it's, if you don't get it this time, that's okay. I mean, sometimes it's just not, it's not the right time for that kind of thing, and that's okay too. But if you get it, you get it, right? Breaking the hair up into shapes seems like it'll be easier to color. My struggle with hair is never knowing how to apply highlights. Yeah, so yeah, that's actually a great call out there, because if you can visualize the hair into shapes and stuff, it actually starts to make it a little bit makes it make more sense. There you go. When it comes down to actually establishing some of the volume of what's going on. But so now we've broken down all of the components of the hair into small, medium, large shapes. I think we're pretty much good to go. Let's go in now one more time. There's going to be the final pass that we're going to go in. And this is finally the time now where I'm actually going to be adding textures to the hairstyle. Okay, this is where we're actually going to put in some of that secret sauce out here. And so what do I do? What does the secret sauce look like? Well, let me go ahead and flip the canvas and kind of see the reference. Or actually, no, go back here. So let's go in here. This is where now I can go in. Now that I've confidently established some of the shapes, I'm going to go in now. And this is where I can kind of, you know, add in like those breaks of the hair like this. Okay, so I'm going to do that now. Let's kind of go in here and maybe we'll double up on some of the lines that we're seeing here. So maybe we'll go like this. Maybe we'll add, I don't know, let me think. What else can we add on here before we move on to the other sections? And hey, thank you for all the follows today. Lucifer, Vinci, is Mini, welcome in guys to the Kaycem crew. I'm using Procreate right now, yeah. Good old cowlick, yeah, good old cowlick design. So then here, let me, hold on, I kind of want to, what's the best way to do this? All right, I'm going to go boink, 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 group, flip. So that way I can draw the flip here, but I still want to keep the reference on the left side because I don't want to have to keep scrolling. So I'm going to do that. Let me erase this. Oh, shoot. Okay. And then let me go in here now and let's add in here like a few little kind of strands of hair to kind of break this one up. Okay. We'll do that. And maybe we'll even, should I add an extra one? Maybe like a break right here. Ooh, that's nice. Okay. So as you can see already, just with like this small section that we've added, it's already adding more depth to it, but we're not losing the underlying structure that we had, because that's always the most important thing. Is you don't want to lose the forms that you worked so hard to, you know, convey. So making sure that we still have all of that in there, I think, is very, very important, I think, when it comes to designing hair and stuff. And hey, purple guac, welcome in. Let me see here. How's iPad for professional illustration? I want to go mobile with my work since I'll be traveling a lot this year, but I've never touched an iPad. It's great, but it depends, because, for example, I can use my iPad professionally for studio work, but that's only because I have a MacBook laptop that allows me to connect my iPad and use it as a tablet. There are other software that you can use, like Astro Studio or whatever, that does the same thing, but it's not going to work the same quality, unfortunately. Nothing beats in-house Apple integration. So because of that, it works really well. Otherwise, if you don't have, like, let's say a Mac laptop or something, then I would just recommend getting a different tablet. Just get your, you know, whatever standard Wacom, Huin, XP Pen tablet kind of thing. But it depends. Again, it really does depend on what what you're doing, what kind of work you're doing as well. Because if you're just doing illustrative work, and if you're not doing, let's say, animation work, that might require to use software like CSP or Toon Boom or something that might not be as easily, easily integrated with the iPad, then you might have some problems there, right? That's a good question though. It's probably to test your fundamentals. Yeah, I think so too. I think you'll be good to go. 30 minutes doesn't seem like I can't do a lot in 30 minutes. Let's be real. I think a lot of us can confidently say that 30 minutes is not a lot of time to be making something, right? That's not the point here. They're not trying to get artists who can draw fast. They want artists who can draw well. And unfortunately, speed is not necessarily a good determination of whether or not an artist is good. I know plenty of artists who take a lot of time with their illustrations and can come out with something really beautiful. And then there are other artists who just draw really fast and it doesn't look as good. You know what I'm saying? For illustration purposes, definitely Procreate is top tier for that. Yeah, I think the iPad is great in general, but it definitely depends. I would say most likely yes. When you went to LBX, did you have a chance to speak with the Concept Art Association? Oh yeah, I'm actually good friends with them. One of my mentors is actually one of the lead people at CAA. Or no, sorry, he's a lead at 9B. But yeah, no, CAA is great. They always have events. I've gotten to meet and meet a few people. Honestly, networking is so underrated. I think networking as an artist is so valuable. But it's hard to do. I wouldn't say I'm like the most social person. I'm usually like I'm like the kind of person where I can talk to you, but only if you approach me. I'm never the kind of person to go and approach people. You know, that's some extroverted energy right there. I'm pretty introverted. Like, I know how to socialize, but I'm not going to do it unless you're coming my way. Just know that. Let's see here. You're not gonna be late for work? Oh yeah, I don't have work this week. I'm going on vacation, but I will be ending stream in about like an hour or so. Which is your favorite Madhouse animation? Dude, I don't even remember. I always get Madhouse, Bones, and Mappa confused. Like, at least I'm talking about like back in the days. I think now Mappa's doing everything, but like back in the days, I always forget, like, man, which is the stuff that Madhouse did? Like, did Madhouse work on did Madhouse work on Full Metal, or was that Mappa? Did Mappa? No, Bones worked on Studio Bones worked on Full Metal, right? See, this is what I mean. This is what I mean. I don't know. Networking is king. If you don't know who to talk to, you might miss it completely. Exactly. 100%. Whatever that one quote from The Office is about, like you miss 100% of the shots you don't take or something. That's I would say it's a pretty true statement. This is where we get to the hard part here of hair design, where I'm going in now and this is like style. This is all just stylistic choices at this point. Because we've done all the what's it called? All the technical form and all that stuff. Now we're gonna get into style. So everyone just approaches me. I try to be approachable. Let's just say that, okay? I'm really out there waving at people. I'm giving people stares. I look people in the eye and I'm like, I give them that Riz look. You know, talking about that. Okay, I need to stop. I'm gonna get canceled. Studios that I contacted after said I should join CAA 9B specifically. Oh yeah, join 9B. 9B is great. The people out there, Phil is great. Michael Uwandi is incredible. One of the nicest people I've met, honestly. Took me in and just really showed me the ropes for a lot of things. Thank you for all the follows today, guys. Welcome in. I went to Animation Festival a couple months ago. Then the generally artists are super nice and open network. Yeah, I think so. Like unless you're really trying to breathe down people's necks and be like, yo, give me a job. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're going out there and you're just bothering artists, and you're like, hey, can you recommend me? Can you refer me to whatever studio you're working at? Huh? And you kind of like harassing them, you know, and you don't even ask them who they are. You don't ask them what they do for their work, you know, like you don't actually take the time to make a friend. Yeah, you're probably gonna get ignored pretty frequently, unfortunately. I think a big part of networking also is like showing people that you're not just some mindless drone, and that you actually care. You care about other people, and you are interested in the work that people are doing, and you know, that kind of thing. Red Line for Madhouse is God tier. I've not seen that one. Am I crazy right now? Damn. Kaycem's canceled? What did I do? Most artists are thirsty? Oh, you mean I stare at people? Yeah, my bad. That's on me. Kaycem stared me down when we met? Yeah, that's what I do, man. That's what I do to people. I just stare at them. Kaycem rizzed up powerhouse confirmed. Yo, they call me K-Riz, man. Sheesh. No, I'm kidding, please. Welcome to our favorite sus art teacher. What do you mean? Twitch really went off today recommending me your stream? What are you guys talking about? Also, hold on. I'm adding in a lot of details that I don't want to add. This is dangerous. Let me kind of go back here. I need to backtrack a little bit. Backtrack. Be cautious about adding details. Again, I don't want to break up the forms that I've already worked so hard to establish. So let's make sure we're not doing a lot of that. So like this, I don't like that. We're gonna get rid of that. We're gonna bring that back there, and we're gonna figure that one out. Quick other tips that we could do. Let's double up here. Let's double up this way, and then let's strand it out like that. Okay, good. I like that. And then let's maybe go this way, strand that one out a little bit. Maybe we'll erase that and kind of redraw it. Okay, I'm liking that better. Let's sharpen that one out. So again, yeah, this is going to take me a little bit of time, but I'm going to do it with you guys because I think it's important. Because everything else, all the other details that we're working on, it's pretty much, we're pretty much chilling out here. We've done most of the work, I think. Oh, you know what we need to do? We need to break up some of these forms as well. Because I think what's going to happen is if you don't break up these forms, we're gonna get kind of a no flow for the eye, and so when the viewer looks at the hairstyle, they're just gonna get stuck at right here at this clump right here, and so we need to create some openings here. Create some openings there for the hairstyle to allow the viewer to kind of naturally make their way across. The hairstyle and the shape. So this is kind of like some, I don't know. I don't know where I learned this from. I forgot who it was, but this is like a pretty common technique, you know, giving flow to your design and whatnot. Whoa. What the heck? We just got a huge raid from PCAT. Hey, if you guys don't know who PCAT is, let me give a quick shout out to PCAT. They are an incredible artist. One of my faves out here. PCAT and I actually did a podcast episode. She came out to my podcast one time. She's sleepy. Okay, let me, guys, follow PCAT really quick. Click on that heart icon. Make sure you follow PCAT. She's actually an incredible artist. I think she also works at Riot Games. Do you still work there, PCAT? I might have to double check. But yeah, let me give you guys a quick intro about myself too. Again, please check out PCAT. She's incredible. But here is an intro about me for those of you guys who are new. Hey guys, my name is Kaycem. I am a Filipino art streamer here on Twitch, and I teach everything from anatomy, gesture, perspective, character design, clothing, and all of that stuff. I also currently work in the animation industry for the studio that worked on Castlevania, and right now I'm actually prepping to work as a character designer for shows like Castlevania, Legend of Korra, and Invincible. So if you guys are interested in some free art education, you guys like dogs that sleep all day, or you guys just like, I don't know, hanging out in a Twitch chat that someone rated, feel free to leave a follow, join in, and with that being said, welcome into the Kaycem crew. Today we are mostly focusing on character expressions, and so I'm showing you guys how it works in animation where you're taking a character design. This is what we drew yesterday, so I did this one on stream yesterday. This is Joel from Last of Us, the Last of Us series, and this is Pedro Pascal, who is actually the actor who's acting for Joel right now. But I'm showing you guys how I take these references, how we break down the expressions, how to push those expressions, and also draw characters in kind of different angles, how to tackle more complicated expressions and all of that stuff. Like, for example, put an F in the chat, guys, if you've ever struggled with drawing a character with their head tilted upwards and you're just kind of like, yo, what the heck is going on here with the neck? What is going on? If you've ever struggled with that, this is definitely that stream for you, because we actually go pretty in depth. I go over step by step. So this is the rough sketch I did, but I went over every single component. We broke it down, and then now we're actually breaking down all of the component of the hair right now too. So we're mostly doing hair. Right now. So you came in during a hair tutorial, if that's okay with you guys. But thank you again, PCAT. Appreciate you coming in here from the raid. Hopefully you're doing well, and I know you got to sleep. It's super late for you. You're insane. Oh, also Shadow Wolf. Yeah, thank you for coming in here. I want to congratulate for getting into the animation industry, and I'm trying to do something similar. Really? Wait, PCAT, I thought you said you were fine being an engineer. We should talk. I'm gonna DM you later, PCAT. Hold on. I'm gonna message you right now before I forget. What the heck? I'm gonna bother you. Did you change your name on wait, are you blocking me? Did PCAT block me? Oh shoot. Does anyone know PCAT's name on Discord? I think she blocked me. I can't find her name anymore. Internal transfer time. All right. I was like, I don't know, in case I have lots of things to say. Well, okay. Wait. I think she blocked me. I can't find you on Discord. Can you message me then? What's your name on Discord, man? I think I got. Yeah. We'll talk later. I'll find you. This is so awkward. I'm trying to search up our previous DMs, but I can't find it. I got banned. Damn, I got blocked. This is what happens. All right, this is embarrassing. I can't find her DMs. I'll DM you later. I'll find your DM. Don't even worry about it. But yeah, we'll talk about it. That's super cool. Oh man, that's very exciting. I'll find you. Yeah, well, there you go. People coming in from PCAT stream. Now you kind of know a little bit about me. We don't have a mutual server. Oh, thanks for the friend request. I'm assuming that's you. That is you. Okay. Yay, there it is. Okay, I might have, yeah, look, I purged a lot of servers. There you go. There's the DMs. Okay. Hey, go to sleep. I swear I was like, yo, guys, let's be real. I'm pretty sure she just unblocked me. Look. She's just like, we don't have a mutual server. And then I got a friend request from her. I'm pretty sure she just unblocked me. That's literally what just happened just now. I just got unblocked. What did I do wrong? What have I done? I'm just, that's what they all say. I'm pretty sure your chat can tell. Yeah, that's all good. It's all good. It happens to the best of us. Look, we all get blocked from some time to time. If you're not getting blocked on DMs, are you really living life? Probably yes. Actually, don't follow in my footsteps, guys. Don't bother people, all right? Don't be like me. All right. Anyways, what were we talking about? Hairstyles, right? We were talking about hairstyles. I apologize. Let's go back here. We're talking about hairstyles. And so for those of you who are coming in here for the first time, one of the things that I talked about was breaking down the hair into simple shapes. And from those simple shapes, utilizing simple designs like medium, large, and small, and also breaking up the forms will help kind of push some of that narrative into your hairstyle. So first tip, I'll do a quick recap for those of you guys who are here. No, I wasn't talking about bald people. I just said the first step to drawing a good hairstyle is to understand the hairline. If you want to understand the hairline, an easy way to do it is to go bald, because bald people, you got a really intimate relationship with your hairline. So if you understand the hairline, you can understand how to draw the rest of the structure of the hair. Okay, then you draw the basic forms. You draw the chunks of the volume there. Boom, boom, boom. From there, you start breaking it up into small, medium, large. Okay, that's the step number 3. Step number 4, texture. That's all it is. That's why I draw a hairline more higher than normal. Why do you guys think I draw hair so much? Why I like hair? Because I might be losing hair any day. You gotta have an intimate relationship with your hair. All right. That's why people always say, you guys know that, you guys ever heard how people always talk about how what's his name? Dude, I almost said Leonardo DiCaprio. Leonardo da Vinci. My brain is somewhere else right now. Leonardo da Vinci, how did he study anatomy? What did he do? He studied and opened up dead bodies. Okay. Now, obviously, I'm not telling you guys to go Jeffrey Dahmer, okay, and learn anatomy by studying the bodies and killing people. But what I'm saying is hairstyle wise, it's kind of the same logic if you think about it. Okay, I'm just gonna stop. I'm gonna get canceled, bro. Someone out here is gonna literally get arrested next week and they're gonna be like, what's your motive? And all they're gonna say is twitch.tv/KAYCEM. That's it. That's what you're gonna tell the police. Kaycem told me to do it. He said it was for the sake of education. Guys, listen. That's not what I'm saying. All right. Just listen to. Okay. I don't even know. At this point, I'm being set up. I'm being framed. It's over for me. Can I flip this back? I'm gonna flip this back. What did we do? We went this way, flipped it. There you go. Easy peasy. Clip it, people. FBI, open up. Do you upload VODs anywhere? So they'll be available on Twitch, but actually starting next week, I'll be uploading VODs onto YouTube. I want to direct people to your link. Would there be any issue with me just posting a Skillshare link directly in my chat? Oh, no pressure at all. If you want to do that, that actually would be incredible. Thank you for supporting my Skillshare sponsorship. If you guys didn't know, I'm actually very proud to say that this month and next month, Skillshare is sponsoring my streams. This is one of the first times ever that they've actually started sponsoring streamers on Twitch. And so they're trying it out with me. They're trying to see if Twitch streamers are okay, and I am so happy that they're sponsoring me, because as you guys know, I do educational content, and I would rather take this sponsorship than some random game sponsor like Raid Shadow Legends or some Gamer Juice, whatever. You know, I want stuff that's actually relatable to what I do and what you guys care about as well. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Skillshare. We've done a stream already with them and stuff. But yeah, so if you guys are interested in some free Skillshare, I got you guys covered for a month. That's about it though. I can only give you guys a month. Maybe if they like me a lot, maybe if things go well, they might be like, you know what, Kaycem? How about we give your community another one, and then another one? I'm like, okay, keep it coming, man. My viewers like free stuff. Y'all don't know Skillshare. We're not playing out here. We like free stuff out here. we want anything that we don't have to pay for. Another one. Exactly. See, you guys know. All right, sorry. Let me actually get into the hair today because I want to finish this so that way we can hopefully do some coloring or something. I want to at least block in maybe some shadows with you guys today. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to leave this empty-handed. All right, can you guys give me like 1 minute of silence? I'm just gonna not talk for like a minute so I can just focus and wrap this one up because I want to move on. I'm tired of drawing hair, Grandpa. I know earlier I admitted earlier that hair is one of my favorite things to draw, but hey, even then hair is tough, man. I'm a speedrun, all right? Give me just a quick second. Okay. Y'all waiting patiently. I'll show you the before and after, all right? So you guys can actually see what I'm doing. So I'm not just like randomly placing in lines here. Okay. All right. Almost there. This reminds me of those TikTok videos where it's like they make you wait and they're like, I swear it's worth the wait. Just keep watching until the last second. And literally this is what they show you. You guys know what I'm talking about? Those TikTok videos or like those reels where they zoom in like this and they're all like, you don't even know what they're drawing. They're like, I swear you just wait a little bit. It's going to be so good. Thank you for watching. And it's like, what the hell, dude? Just show me what you're working on. Damn. That's how I feel right now. I'm like zoomed in so much into the hair, just randomly drawing stuff really fast. And you guys are just like, huh? What's he doing, man? You guys know what I'm talking about? And they never show the whole thing. Yeah. And they do like a quick zoom out like this, and then that's it. Video ends, and you're just like, hey, I really waited for this. Okay. And for some reason, all those videos always have like a crazy number of views. They got like millions of views, and I'm like, yo, what is this? Is this a cult on YouTube? What's going on? Okay. All right, this should be almost done, honestly. I think I was going to add some details on the back of the head, but I think it's completely fine. We'll just say screw it. We'll just forget about it because it's not that big of a deal. It's like it's so far back in the head that I think it's going to be okay. And then if anything, what we'll do is we'll add maybe we'll add like a strand right here or something. Let me see if I can just add something here. One of these areas could definitely do with a strand of hair. Oh, this is it. This is the one. This is it. I found it. Okay, this is it right here. There you go. Just not me just randomly finding lines until one looks good. Yes. All right, let me show you guys. Ready? Before and after. There you go. That's it. That's it. That's the hair. Sped run the details. Sheesh. My head, my brain hurts. And then let me just double up on some lines. Before and after always looks satisfying. Yeah, let me show you guys the before and after. Ready? Before, after. Before, after. See? Hair, man. Hair's never been easier. Let me just flip it really quick. And I think at this stage, what I want to do now is I'll probably clean it up a bunch more off stream, because I usually, like, you guys saw me work on this one last stream, but I cleaned it up a bit more afterwards off stream, because I feel like, I don't know, sometimes, you know, what you do on stream, it's not like the best, because I'm talking and all of that stuff as well too. So I might have to clean this one up, but I think so far it's looking pretty good. Do we got time to color? Maybe slap on some quick shading at least? Maybe we'll do some shading. What do you guys think? Also, thank you guys for all the follows out here. Scully, thank you for the follow, Scully. Jashak, all of G4, GI4, Binds, Somi, Impulse. Damn, so many follows today. Shading time? What do you think? Let me also, hold on. I want to yoink, 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 yoink. And let's like liquefy a little bit. I want to make sure I'm also retaining the underlying. I'm going to merge it all. Screw it. Let's just merge it. Yeah, he looks happy. He looks like a happy camper. Okay, let's go add in some swoops. There you go. I'm just adding in a little bit of structure here, so that way it feels like it's not just like ambiguous what's going on right here. All right. Let's see. Random someone here saw a banger drawing instant follow. Hey, thank you, Soon. Appreciate that. All right, guys. Oh, Sue's there as well. Damn, what the hell? Got someone follows today. Sheesh. Alrighty. Let's go do some shading today, because it seems like you guys all want me to do some shading. So, happy to do that. Let me. You know what? I'm gonna leave the. Should I be lazy and just go like this? Or should I actually draw? I'll do it later. For now, what I'll do is I'll just outline the part of the head here that we're going to work on. And then off stream, I will work on cleaning up and actually designing his collar and stuff. It's going to just look like this, honestly. That's just literally how it's going to look like. All right, let's go ahead and do some shading today. Why not? Ooh, that looks so clean. I love it. I'm so happy. I was worried it wasn't going to look good, to be honest. This is such a hard angle. We've talked about this a couple of times, but this is a pretty hard angle to draw characters in, even professionally. Like, for example, when I'm at work at Powerhouse and I'm like trying to work on certain shots or something, I'm not going to lie. Okay. Sometimes I avoid doing these crazy shots where the characters are looking up or looking down pretty dramatic, because those are hard to do. And so I only do them if I have to, you know, because it's like, it's a hard angle. So I don't blame anyone out here if you're kind of like, yeah, that's too hard. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set it up here where I'm going to have my multiply layer here at about 40%. All right. You guys have seen me do this a couple times. Then I'm going to multiply it again. And this time I'm going to add a little bit of a motion blur here. And this is just to give us a little bit of a setup for our line art right now. So you can kind of see here, this makes it pop a little bit. It gives it a little bit of texture, a little bit more visibility. And then here, what we're going to do now is we're just going to kind of line it all up and we're going to grab out a silhouette for this design. This will just help us visualize the form a little bit better. And then we'll work on some shading. And then later off stream, I'll probably color it out and render it and, you know, all that, all the bells and whistles and stuff. But I think we have time. We have time at least to do some shading today. Boop, 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 boop. Yeesh. There you go. All right. You know what? Okay, fine. I'll do a quick, I'm going to do some quick coloring, but I'm not going to do all the colors because it's gonna, he doesn't have I have to do all the gray hairs and stuff, and that's just too much work. You get what I'm saying? So give me another second as I map out the hair. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. There you go. Okay. Oh shoot, is it ad time right now? My bad. There's an ad break. Okay, I'm just gonna work during the ad break then. So that when people come in, we'll jump into some shading. Can you guys, I guess you guys won't know, but I was gonna say when the ad break is done, let me know. But I realized if you're in an ad break right now, you probably can't even hear me speaking. So, I'll just wait. I'll just wait till the ads are done, and then we'll do, yeah, and then we'll jump in. Okay. Oh, the ad break's done? Oh, really? Okay, good. Wait, are you guys just saying that? Hope you guys are serious. Okay. All right, let's talk about some shading really quick. So I think when it comes to shading, honestly, one of the best things you can do when it comes to shading is just establishing a lot of the form by using some good old shape language. I think is going to be pretty standard. So let's pick out maybe a shading comp here that we kind of like. So I'm thinking for this one, because of the angle of the eyes and where we put the highlights, or actually we can flip it. No, I like the highlights that way. So we'll put some shadows on the left side there, and what this will do is it'll give us a little bit of shading on the right side of the face there, which hopefully will look pretty nice. So I'm gonna do a clipping mask here, and I'll show you guys what I do if I'm working on something like, let's say, just like what studios do. So I usually set a multiply layer here, And for my cases for this piece right here, I'm going to do about 40% opacity. And then from there, we're going to go in here and work at using one of these two grayscale values. I'll show you both if you're just curious about the values I'm using. The one that I personally like is 736 F64, but the one that's more commonly used in the industry is 7E, 7E, 7E. So this one should actually be an E, like that. So 7E, 7E, 7E is a pretty common color there for the gray value. But I like to use 7.3 because it kind of is a little bit warmer out here. But I was going to say about taking time to work on clean something. If people wanted a supercut or didn't want to wait, I hope they wouldn't be watching a live stream. But I was going to say about taking time to work on clean something. Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm personally speed running things because I gotta go soon at some point. And so I want to make sure I cover these topics out for you guys, because as you guys know, one of the main reasons why I stream on Twitch is because I'm teaching out here, and I want to help you guys out as much as I can. And so part of all of that means I want to cover some topics and make sure I'm covering those topics. So right now, all I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and I'm going to block in all of the areas here that I want to have some shading for. So I'm thinking I want to do kind of like your standard Rembrandt triangle. So something like this. Let's try that first. Like that. So we just dropped in a quick shadow, right? And then from here, we're gonna clean it up a little bit, obviously, to kind of polish it out. Okay, so we'll do some of that. But as you can see, when it comes to shading, using this kind of cell shading technique, it actually does a lot of the work for you, which is really nice. So I'm just going to kind of go in here, add shading where I need them to be. And obviously we haven't actually laid out all the colors and all that stuff, but already off the bat, I would say this is pretty much, this is mostly done. Now, something that I like to do when I'm working, for example, at Powerhouse, is I like to add in a little bit of that mouth shading. It just adds a nice little bit of depth to your characters. So add a little bit of ends there to the mouth. It kind of builds some of that shapes, maybe like that. Okay. We'll add a bit for the lower lip there, a little bit underneath there for the chin. And maybe we'll add a little bit of like highlight right here. Ooh, that's nice. That's some nice shape language right there for sure. And then we'll kind of block that one in a little bit maybe, and we'll kind of lower. Light goes this way, hits this area, and then we'll go. Okay, maybe like that. We'll figure it out. But maybe we just be lazy about it. Then we'll add some shadows like underneath here, some underneath the hair and all of that stuff right here. Make sure that's all good. Here we'll break out some of the shadow shapes that we did here. So kind of give it more, make sure that it's popping out a little bit so that we get, the front portion of the hair there is getting a little bit of exposure to the light. And obviously we're going to change some of the colors as well too to make it more visible, but this will just help give it a little bit of dimensionality as well. And so maybe we'll actually go back in here and add some shadows here. But that's basically the rough process that I do for shading my characters. I do this quick little layer and just slap it all on there. We'll add some shadows on this side as well. And add some shadows right here for the interior portion of the mouth. What do you guys think? Easy peasy? Not bad, right? Easy. See? Shading doesn't have to be complicated, guys. And then if you want to take this to like if you want to do more of like a rendered style, right? You can kind of follow the same approach still. But what you would do afterwards is obviously you would go in and you would, start applying like different shades. Maybe you'll want to take this one a little bit darker, pull it down a little bit more and add some more values here to kind of give it more of that darker tone here in this area of the eye, right? Really add some ambient occlusion there. Again, I don't usually render on my streams because I don't got that kind of time, but that's probably what I would do if I wanted to render it out. Let's see. Let's go in here and add some of the other details like the breaks in the hair and stuff. Yeah, good shading, right? I think shading doesn't have to be super scary. I know it can be. I think there are times where I definitely get a little bit afraid to do some shading and whatnot, but I think in general shading doesn't have to be scary. And like I think it comes really down to having good shape language and understanding the forms. All right. Hey, thank you for the follow, Gray. Appreciate that. We do have a Discord. You can art share and ask. Oh yeah, guys, if you did, I totally forgot to say this, but yeah, if you guys are curious, I actually have a Discord channel, and on my Discord channel, you guys can actually download today's reference sheets. So here's today's worksheet that I'm working on today. You guys can download this one. I also gave you guys this cheat sheet right here, which is called the Fundamentals of Form. It's a sheet that I made, and eventually by the end of this year, I'll be compiling all the resources that I make into a book that you guys can go ahead and download. But this one's free to grab. This is the first page, I believe, or one of the first pages. And then I also have here another sheet here that you guys can use as reference for all the different kind of common face expressions that you'll utilize. Anger, happy, sad, surprise, all of that. These are reference sheets that you can grab. But again, I want to remind you, they will only be available while I'm live streaming, because when I end my stream, they will be gone. So make sure you grab them now while they're still available. All right. But if you do want to grab them off stream and stuff, you guys can actually join. You guys can actually either subscribe, use a Prime sub, or if you want to, on my Gumroad, I have all 140 plus different sheets and worksheets there. They're available to grab. If anyone wants access to Kaycem's older resource sheets on the Discord, I'm happy to give you a month sub so you can continue to learn. Dude, you are too nice, Molly. I know you're not even playing around, guys. Don't even test her. Wildin' out here. But yeah, anyways, let's see here. I guess we can work on, let me work on adding in some of these shadows a little bit more. Actually, no, we'll keep them. We'll keep the shadows out here. Okay, boom, boom, boom. And let's do, yeah, we'll just do some colors on here to finish this one off. Study sheets acquired. Nice. Awesome. Okay. Wrong color? Oh, wrong layer. Okay. I was like, yo, what the heck? Okay, add a little here. We can add maybe one right here, a little swoop. Let's see. Yo, DJ, how's it going? Welcome back in. I think we worked pretty fast today too, because I wasn't expecting us to Honestly, I wasn't expecting us to get this far with the drawing today. I was kind of half expecting us to kind of just be like done and then that's it. But no, we've done a good amount today for sure. Okay. I know. I know. I was gonna put in my caption when I post this. I was like, yeah, there's no way we're gonna see Joel this happy until maybe like season 2. But you know what? You can kind of imagine maybe there's a time where Ellie says something funny and Joel smiles and then he's like, oh, let me actually fix my face real quick. I don't know. I think there's definitely, yeah, it's very unlikely that we're gonna see Joel do a smile like this, but I don't know. Sometimes you can dream. The guy deserves a better life, okay? The guy deserves something. he's out here, man. But also, hey, welcome back in, Overlord. How's it going? Let me give you a shout out. If you guys don't know who Overlord JC is, man, they've got it locked down in the evening for you US viewers out here. Great streamer to check out if you guys are looking for something in the evening. Highly recommend. But yeah, we're just doing some Joel drawings today. We were talking about doing character expressions and how to use references to get characters on model, right? So this is what we drew yesterday, and this is kind of the reference that we started off with. And then we talked a little bit about facial expressions, how to kind of push the form, how to group up certain shapes like the brows and the eyes, how they work together, and how does smiling, for example, raise the cheeks. So there's a few little detail stuff like that. We also covered some hair tutorials today. We also covered, what else did we cover? We covered some shading today, how to do some shading. So we did a good amount today. I'll have to definitely clean this one up off stream because it's a little messy for my take, but I think it's a good rough sketch. And so I'll need to do a little bit more to get it to a much more finished spot. But yes, for those of you guys who are new here, welcome into the Kaycem crew. My name is Kaycem. I am a Filipino art streamer here on Twitch. I teach everything from anatomy, gesture, perspective, clothing design, hair design, and all of that stuff. And I also work full time for the animation studio that made Castlevania. Currently right now, I'm actually prepping to work as a character designer for shows like Castlevania, Legend of Korra, and Invincible. And so if you guys are interested in some free art education, you guys just like hanging out with my dog over here, or you like, I don't know, just being on Twitch and stuff, do leave a follow.